Falcon fans, and of course, good old Falcon fans. You already know what it is. You already know what to do. Episode 234 off in this thing. One time for the fan, Apple Podcasts, Spotify Podcasts, Amazon Podcasts, Facebook, YouTube, a lot of Falcon fan groups. Hell, probably on X or Twitter, whatever it is. Discords all over the world. I can say that one time for the fan is doing the best we can. We're almost near 1,000. Wow. Big shot to Kerry. Big shot to Bodie 3000. Hopefully he don't show up randomly with the jokes because technically we have a party this weekend and the deck is not finished. The yard is not finished. The driveway is not washed out. I told him about this.
Already taking shots.
I told him about this, but you know,
man,
we'll see. Bodie was in the chat the other night on Country Channel going in on me, but T Will is here on One Time for the Fan talking Falcons football tonight. Falcons joint practice. T Will.
Oh man, take it easy on Bodie, man. He missed you. You know that much was evidence. You could, that was his way of showing love.
No, say it. You could see the look on Bodie's face when he finally got out the house when he came to the practice the other day. It was like, oh my gosh, this stadium, this is so cool, Jack. Oh my God, are we gonna meet the players? Are we gonna meet the players? So yeah, Bodie, we're gonna meet the players today.
I just want you to know, Bodie will be back, okay, with the loaded clip. So with that being said, I believe that one alone. Hello, fans. Excited to see you guys. Hopefully all is well. Deshaun Caswell, how you doing? Philip Smooth C, DSGB, Adrian Johnson, third party. How is everybody doing? Good to see you guys. Glad to be here. And Jack, let's get into it, man.
Hey,
we got some updates coming from camp, man. Some good and one bit of information, maybe not so good. So with that being said, Jack, let's get after it.
Oh, we're talking Falcons football. Once again, big shout to Carrie. She's at the baseball game she's at? She is at the baseball game. Is that? Don't tell me that's a Tampa Bay Rays game. Like that, it looks like nobody is there.
That would be
it really looks like nobody is there.
Or Marlins. Rays or
the Marlins.
Take your pick. Both have very small numbers at the attendance gate.
She's at the Reds and Marlins game, yeah.
Yeah, well, there you go. I think the Marlins are worse than and I'm not down in Miami, but they just haven't figured out how to market that product to their fans down there because nobody goes to those games. They're like the Braves in the 70s. Okay, so for those of you who were not around, if you went, they would almost pay you to go to a Braves game. Like the Braves game in the 70s was the only one you could show up at the seventh in the seventh inning and have front row seats anywhere because nobody was there. So, yeah, man, it's unfortunately it's like that for the Marlins. To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if they moved. It would not. I think Tampa Bay is getting a new stadium, but it would not surprise me if they move. That's why their payrolls, every year like $30 million. You know what I mean? But anyway, we're not here to talk baseball. What's that?
You got a lot of NFL teams also getting ready to have a new stadium too as well. I see the Browns rolled out their plans to have a new stadium. Mm-hmm. I believe the Bears too as well earlier this year rolled out their plans to have a new stadium. The Buffalo Bills, Jacksonville Jaguars. So big shout out to the Mercedes-Benz for everything that everybody on that staff, the whole crew that worked on Mercedes-Benz over the years and getting it ready. The stadium is beautiful, but as you can see, a lot of other NFL teams feel like, hey, we got to get involved with this too as well. Our stadium is kind of old, and hopefully the Panthers end up selling theirs. But Falcon fans in the chat, hit that like, hit that share, hit that subscribe button. We're talking Falcons football here tonight. Deshaun Coswell is in the chat talking Falcons football with us. He said, what's up, one-timers? How many Atlanta Falcons participated in the 2007 NFL Europa League? Heek? Yes, some. Terry, do you know the answer to this one? How many Atlanta Falcons participated in the 2007 NFL Europa League? Terry, you muted? Did you randomly mute? What happened there? Can't hear you. Can anybody hear Terry? If you can't hear Terry, put a 1 in the chat.
I'm sorry.
There you go.
You know what it was? So I have a device that was connecting via Bluetooth. on the same speaker, so I'm gonna turn Bluetooth off.
You good? Terry is really in the control room. Other than the 15 monitors behind him and the board.
Oh, God.
When you producing that next song for Jagged Edge?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Had some bangers back in the day, Terry.
Yeah, they did. Can you hear me, Jack?
I can hear you good. Matter of fact, Terry, can you hear this?
Yes, I can.
All right. Well, that seems to be something Falcon sent me.
Is that right?
What is this? I think we should open it up here on stream. Terry, before we open this up, though, the question to the answer to the question here: 2007 NFL Europa League. You know how many Falcons participated?
I have no idea, man.
I'm gonna say less than 10. Let's go with 4.
You know what? I'm gonna play the Price is Right, and I'm gonna say 5.
Okay.
As if $5 because I got to be $1 closer than you. I'm gonna say 5.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe. Deshaun Cosmo's back in the chat. He said, music trivia question. How many instruments could the late Prince, artist formerly known as Prince, play? How many instruments can Prince
all of them
play?
I think all of them, but specifically he could play the guitar, he could play the drums, he could play the piano, he could play the harp, he could play the horn, he could play the saxophone. What am I missing? He could play the guitar. I think I'm missing one thing. I mean, anybody can play a tambourine. I don't know if you could even count that, but he could play any instrument. I'm gonna say all of them. He could play any instrument. He could literally play any instrument. That was the thing about him. On a lot of his albums, he did play on certain songs all the instruments. So he is well known for that. He could hit any note on the scale. He could play any instrument. So I'm gonna that one.
I was gonna say about 10 for Prince, but then I went to Google. I already knew I didn't know the answer to this question anyway. Deshaun got us tonight. He usually stumps us with the music trivia. He got us with the Falcons trivia. He's 2 for 2 tonight. Big shout out to Deshaun too as well, man. Diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. 27 instruments for Prince. Terry, 27 instruments.
All of them. I mean, come on, man. I mean, okay, whatever. 20. I would say that's close enough to all or versions of all. Like, what a better question would be: what instrument could he not play?
Yeah.
Okay.
What can Prince not do, man? He was a great artist, man. Great musician. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Let's see what this is now. Falcon sent something. It's probably the season ticket holder merch. I didn't get the chain. I didn't want the chain. Big shout to everybody that got the chain, though. What is this? What is this? Oh, yeah, that's the Falcon logo. Yeah, there it is. That's the Falcon logo. Yeah, there it is. Awesome. That looks like something I ordered. The Falcon season tickets. Yes, I'm one. What the hell just dropped out of here? Oh, snap. A little gift bag here. What is this?
But wait, there's more, ladies and gentlemen.
Big shout out to the Rise Up Tour fan club, too. You know, we give out our membership kits, too. What is this? Is this $100? Is this $1 million? What is in this?
There's only one way to find out, Jack.
There's only one way to find out here. We're doing it live on stream.
Way to find out, my friend.
Season ticket holders. It's been like 8 years for me now.
Really? So it doesn't say hear ye, hear ye?
Blow the trumpet, right? Dun, 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 dun. Face that. Let's see. Got a little AT on the front. That's cool.
I see it. Yeah.
Big shout out to the season ticket holders. Drop your section in the chat. Season ticket holders, drop your section in the chat. If you're in the clubs and the suites, drop your section in the chat. If you're in the clubs and the suites, drop your section in the chat.
Atlanta Falcons fan says, show us the check the Falcons sent you, Jack.
Show us the check the Falcons sent me. They sent
me the money.
They sent me this. It's time for Falcons football. That's what they sent me.
Show me the money.
It has been an exciting offseason, starting with the hiring of new head coach Raheem Morris. For those that's not season ticket holders, this is kind of like what you get. Matter of fact, I need to reach out to my rep because there's always a different rep. That's one thing about the Falcons I just can't stand. Every time I call, it's a different rep. Like, hey, how you doing? Can I speak to Johnny? Johnny's not here. Oh, okay. When will he be back in office? Oh, he's no longer with us. Okay, cool. Who are you? I'm David. Okay, cool, David. I need to talk to you about some things. All right, cool. Call me back tomorrow. I'm kind of busy. All right, sure. Call back tomorrow. Hey, can I speak to David? David's no longer with us. Well, goddamn. Falcon fans. This is what they gave us. It's time for Falcons football. It's been an exciting offseason, starting with the hiring of head coach Raheem Morris. We can't wait to kick off the 2024 season and celebrate with you at the Mercedes-Benz Stadium, my second home. We are excited to present you with your 2024 member gear. Perfect. Let's see what we got here.
It's just a card. It's just a card, Falcon fans.
Don't trip.
Whatever. Okay, buddy.
We banging it out though.
Oh, is that a sweatshirt?
I think it is. I think it's a sweatshirt.
Some swag right there.
They owe me from last year before that. I told you about that rep situation. So we got this might look good in Denver. Oh, this is gonna look real good in Denver.
You gotta hold it up. Oh, that is nice.
Ooh, wait. Falcons spent that money. When I tell you the Falcons got their money, Falcons got their own money.
Hey.
Okay.
Nice.
Falcons season ticket holder merch is in. Some of y'all got the chains, but the sweater. Some of y'all might want to take them chains back. Oh shit! Look at this. Now this is good. I need this for Vegas, Minnesota. You know, I go on the road with the Falcons. Washington, end of the year game too as well. It's gonna be a cold game. Wow, there's some pretty good quality, some pretty good stuff, Terry.
That's really good, buddy. Wear that to some meetings in Denver.
Oh my gosh! Big shout out to the Atlanta Falcons. Look, they put the logo on the bag. They spent some money on this one. Look at this.
Swag.
Look at this. Big shout out to the Atlanta Falcons, man. You know, I love being a season ticket holder. It landed in a basket. Don't worry about it, Falcon fans. But I love being a season ticket holder. What's up, Terry?
How do we know it landed in the basket, Jack?
I'm not gonna pick up the computer and turn it over there. I guarantee you it landed in the basket. There's a basket right here with folded clothes that I need to go ahead and put away.
Jack said, because I said so. That's how.
Hey, man. They sent some, I don't know if there's stickers or I don't know, but it's just cool to have this Falcon stuff. Hey, Falcon fans, big shout out to you all. Philip Crawford's in the chat. Smooth C78 is in the chat. Once again, Terry, we're less than 20 subscribers away from a thou wow.
A thou wow, baby. A thou wow. And I can't wait. Man, I cannot wait.
It starts with the Falcon fans. It's because of the Falcon fans. It's the reason why we do this. The reason why we go live. It's the reason why we talk Falcons football. I will continue to do this with you all. Terry will continue to do it. As you can see, Bodie is back. He had a great offseason. Terry is doing a great job.
Terry is the best researcher on the planet.
She's the behind the scenes reason why One Time for the Fan is just really moving in the right direction.
Terry is. For those of you who watched 24, the show with Jack Bauer, Carrie is Chloe. You know how Jack's always getting into shit and he's like, Chloe, I need you. And Chloe's like, there's no way you can do that, Jack. And it's done like 2 seconds later. That's Carrie.
Big shout out to Carrie, man. Of course, she'll be back on the podcast soon. So she's at the baseball game right now. And really, there's nobody there. So, Carrie, if you feel like running on the field, grabbing a couple of baseballs, running back, let us know. We'll take care of, if you get arrested. Don't worry about it. Third party actions in the chat. Let's go, Falcons family. We got Adrian Johnson in the chat with the rise up, fellas. Big shout out to Adrian Johnson. Is that Adrian Johnson? I want to know if that's Adrian that I met down there in Florida a couple years ago. As a Falcon fan, I was at a hotel on vacation. Another Falcon fan walked up, started talking some football. It might be Adrian Johnson, but big shout out to Adrian Johnson in the chat. Big shout out to Smooth C in the chat. Wallace Smith is in the chat, ready to talk some Falcons football. Dwayne Ruffin is in the chat, ready to talk some Falcons football. Put it in reverse, Terry.
I finally saw the video. What up, Chris? What's going on?
False start Falcon in the chat. Big shout out to Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. This is cool about Atlanta Falcons Fandemic, Terry. We ran into him at the Benz.
We did
the other day when we met up with the Water Boys. And big shout out to Trey from the Water Boys. We talked to him for a couple minutes. Manuel walked by, got a chance to talk to Fandemic. And then last night, me, Fandemic, Country, and a couple other content creators talked for about a good hour and a half of Falcons football. It was just random too. I was listening to Country's channel. I was playing NCAA, and I had a little break in the action. He put the link in the chat. Saw some other Falcon fans jump on, and next thing you know, I said, "Hey, I'll talk for 10 minutes." 10 minutes turned to 2 hours, or almost 2 hours.
Of course.
But that's what happens when we have this Falcon fan base, like on the hype train that we have it on. Like everybody's so excited about what's happening down in Miami with Kirk Cousins and Kyle Pitts and Drake London and Raheem Morris. And we're going to get to the notes here and the training camp updates news here shortly. But this season is just going to be one to remember. The season ticket being sold out, haven't been sold out in so many years. The price of these tickets for some of these games, the schedule that we have. And it really starts in a couple of days. I mean, the joint practice seems to be over now, and the game is in 2 days. So Falcon fans, we'll be back here for breakfast with One Time for the Fan Friday morning at 8 o'clock. But you might even catch dinner with One Time for the Fan too as well Friday night, because we'll possibly think about going live for that game too as well. Big shout to Fandemic. He said Prince could play all the instruments. What's admirable is he was self-taught. Yeah, he was self-taught.
You know what? This question: how many instruments are there in the music world? Because if all is not 27, like, I mean, I just and we'll never know the answer, but I would want to know, right? Most people would, if you can play 27 instruments, I would think that the other instruments are a variant of that instrument, but whatever. I don't know. My wife says I don't like to be wrong. Whatever. 27 is the number. 27 it is. It's
still, a lot more than what I can play. I can tell you that right now. But Prince, man, he was a great musician, man. Wayne Dwayne's in the chat. What's going on, fam? Cassandra Smith is in the chat with section 129. Hey, if y'all in the Delta Club and y'all see Miss Smith, make sure y'all say hi to Miss Smith. She's a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan. Deshaun's in on the jokes too. He said Bodie forgot to do my driveway too. Shit, there's a whole stack of invoices for Bodie.
Deshaun, Bodie will be back. I just want you to know, Bodie will be back. Okay?
Padre was going in yesterday on that channel on Bodie. I was like, yo, let me tell you something. Padre turns his attention my way. Sure enough, when I went live, it was loud in my house. I didn't want to have the copyright information, like the copyright strikes going on Country's channel, because I was playing NCAA with EA and all that stuff in the back. But Bodie was like, no, Padre was like, Jack, why are you talking like like your parents told you to go to bed or something? It was just funny as hell. And then Bodie, you can hear like the noise in the background. I was outside for a minute, and Bodie said, I'm out there hunting my food.
Damn.
So much going on here with these Falcon fans and this content creator. Pamela Johnson, Auntie Pam, wait a minute. Auntie Pam, you down there in the MIAO watching the Falcons practice. She said, hello, Jack and Terry. Proud member of Section 314, Road to C8. I have my Dirty Bird chain.
Dirty Bird chain.
Even on her profile picture, she's in her seats. So if you know Pamela Johnson, she's in her seat by kickoff. She don't want to hear about I'm now getting off the train. I'm wrapping up the tailgate. Auntie Pam's in her seat. You can do it. Just like Auntie Pam.
Start on time.
I guarantee you, Steelers ain't gonna care about no tailgate week 1. They're gonna be in their seats in our stadium, waiting to see the Steelers come out. So Falcon fans, you need to be in the seats too as well, waiting for your team to come out.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you
None of that third quarter ticket scanning stuff where, we just put the tailgate up. Nah, we're done with that. Wrapped it up in time for the game to be over. The stadium blows 3 horns. They blow the first horn when the gates open at like 11:30. They blow the second one at like 12, and the third one is like 20 minutes or 30 before kickoff. You have more than enough time. Most of the tailgates open at 8 o'clock, the tailgate lots. So it's a good 4-hour tailgate before you get ready to go inside the bins. But don't forget, you have the Sunday night football that you're blessed with this year, Falcons fans. You get the tailgate out there all day long.
Oh, they're
ready for that Chiefs game.
They are going to be good. Hey.
Oh, guess what? In 2 weeks, you can tailgate again, Terry, for the Buccaneers Thursday night game all day long. So Steelers game, let's show the Steelers fans that we're about something. Steelers fans walking in, they're going to their seats. Falcon fans, get your ass in your seats. That's all I'm going to say. Terry?
My little brother says there's 1,500 instruments.
Your little big brother?
Yeah, my big little brother.
Eric Parker?
Yeah, Eric Parker. I'm little big brother. He's big little brother. Wait. Yeah, he's BLBML. I'm technically LBB. But anyway, he says that there are 1,500 instruments. I did not know that, Eric. I didn't know it. I'm still going to kick your ass in spades. Don't think I forgot about it.
Oh, God, let's not do the spade debate tonight. Eric Parker is ready for that. He still remembers you said the other night that you were undefeated, and the chat was just going on and on about they want to see this record, Terry.
No, I said I was undefeated at Rise Up Tour events. You missed that. I just didn't correct you, okay? But
if you're saying it like that, then I'm undefeated too as well. I mean, we've been doing this for 7 years.
There you go. Maybe we've been doing it right. But since my little brother tried my gangster, I gotta whoop his ass on that spades table. I love you, Eric, but it's going down. But it's gonna be an ass whooping in love, just so you know. All right, Jay, let's
Pandemic.
get Falcons, man.
Hey, let's. I mean, the chat is live. Chat is lit. You know, we love the chat, and we're almost near Thou Wow. The chat is what really is building the show now, Terry. Soon there's going to be one topic. You know, I send you a bunch of topics sometimes. We talk about this stuff. Soon there's going to be one. It's just going to be say hello to the chat and let the chat do their thing.
And voila.
You know, and voila. Because we're almost at a Thou Wow. The chat loves it. Everybody who's tuning in loves it. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everybody loves it. So we're going to continue to bring you this content that everybody loves. Fox Fandemic said, "I'll be around in the Publix." Whew. I'm sorry, Fandemic. I did not know. Fandemic's out there balling out. Well, damn.
Real.
He's in the Publix suite. A1 Forever is out here checking in with the one time. You see the emojis, hashtag. Should we bring back the hashtags? Hashtag fan club, hashtag one timers. Use the emojis. You see it right there on the screen for the one time. I mean, the show just fits in with the emojis, Terry. You can use one time emojis.
Yeah, man. A1 is quietly one of my favorite content creators because when he drops jokes, they're quiet and then boom. You know what I mean? He does it with a straight face, his delivery straight. I love me some Chris, man. And he's the same way off camera, like just hilarious. But yeah, man, let's get to the Falcons training camp. Let's go. What happened today?
All right, for the other 50 comments in here that want to talk Falcons football with us, Terry wants to move on to the Falcons training camp, so we will. Falcon fans, Falcons Dolphins joint practice started yesterday, and we were blessed with some really good information. I have a Dolphins friend of mine who texted me some articles from the Dolphins side of things saying, "Oh, we destroyed the Falcons today. We really manhandled the Falcons today. The Tua and Tyreek's touchdown." And this is yesterday now, right? This is yesterday. So I'm looking at the comment. I'm looking at my friends talking in the chat, and I'm like, "Well, that's not what I heard." So what is going on here in the media? I mean, we don't want to hear this, you know, that Lamar Jackson to Atlanta type media no more. We're done with that. But to hear the Dolphins media having Dolphin fans believe that they handled us on the practice field yesterday, when a lot of things I saw and the stuff that I read was that the Falcons defensive line was going crazy.
They was getting after it, Jack.
They were going crazy out there. Because I saw a Dolphins reporter post, and he posted again today. This has been one of the worst offensive lines he's seen for the Dolphins in a while.
Damn.
I'm just telling you how. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go pull the damn.
You pulling the receipts, Jack? Are you pulling the receipts? Are you pulling the receipts?
I have to, because my friend texted me a whole bunch of nonsense about the 50-yard Tua to Tyreek bomb. All right, that happens on Tyreek. It doesn't matter.
Everybody.
It doesn't matter. Is that Terry Funk? No, you talking to?
No, that Hello Jack's friend who gave us that bullshit story.
Shit.
Tune in, sir. We're about to provide the receipts. Okay, Jack, go right ahead.
God. Omar Kelly reporting that the Dolphins offensive line took a major L, and that was yesterday. And then my picture, when I posted it, I posted that picture behind it. Like, do you see what is going on down in Dolphin land? Like, that's what's happening. But my Dolphins friends, they wasn't too happy to hear about that.
Why does he low-key look like Bruce Leroy?
Mike Hughes interception yesterday, Clark Phillips interception yesterday. So much pressure you got on that defensive line from Rook, from Eddie Goldman, from David Amiai. Don't forget, this is practice, so they're not going to lay two out. But the way practice is set up, when you get close enough, you get a hand on them, at least like a little light tap, play is dead, right? So you saw the interception from Mike Hughes. You saw the interception from Clark Phillips. You saw some good work from D. Alford too as well. Drake London and his one-on-ones against I forget who the cornerback name he was going up against, but the Falcons did well. Will I say that will I go out there and say that the Falcons manhandled the Dolphins? No, I'm not going to say that. The Falcons, I think, played up to their strength yesterday against the Dolphins, and even today too as well. Because even Kirk Cousins had mentioned on the report that he would love to see this happen at Flowery Branch more. He doesn't know if it's just the Dolphins Falcons and that's how it is with practice and joint practice and everybody's just getting after it, but he wants to take that same speed that he saw today and yesterday and he wants to bring it back to Flowery Branch. That's what Kirk Cousins said. He needs to see this all the time, because if Kirk is seeing that, the fans are seeing it, the journalists are seeing it, the Falcons, some would say, Terry, that we won the practice scrimmage against the Dolphins with the workouts, with the one-on-ones, with whatever we ran. Otherwise, in the Tua touchdown, there were a lot of reports that I kept seeing that the Dolphins offensive line is allowing the Falcons to just get so much pressure. And that's what's causing the interceptions, the tip passes, the drop balls in down the field. Because, and don't forget, this is the team that's going to see each other just Friday. After that, who knows when we'll see the Dolphins again. But it looks good to know that the Falcons are competing at a high level. And as a Falcon fan who just got that merch, season ticket holder, I want to see this team win, right? And I'm getting, man, my helmet's in there, my shoulder pads are in there. I might even go out there and get a couple hits in, Terry, on Friday. So I'm just letting you know right now. But we do have an update on Rondo Moore too as well. Terry, your thoughts about training camp down in Miami, and what did you hear? What did you see?
I mean, I basically heard the same thing you did. And the thing about, like, guys, I've been telling you, this defensive line is the strength of that defense, because that interior rush is Eagles. Okay. I'm not going to say we're at the Eagles level yet, but we're close. Like that. I'm just the interior defensive line is as good as anybody's, right? If our interior defensive line sucked, I'd be worried. But our interior is so good, your exteriors are going to get by because folks are busy with the Eddie Goldman. And let me tell you something.
Who was reported tearing up some shit yesterday? Eddie Goldman.
Eddie looked good. Eddie looked like 2019 Eddie. Eddie looked good at practice at the bench, right? You got Eddie Goldman. You got Grady coming back. You got Onyemata. You still got my dude Kentavious Street. Love me some Kentavious Street. You got the James whatever Saint. What's
James Smith-Williams, Tyquan Graham.
Thank you. You got
a lot of pressure on that D line. Some believe the Falcons going to send 8 or 9 D linemen.
Got a lot of pressure. No, you're right. We're saying the same thing. And look, from what I'm hearing, Kirk has been great. Penix has been really good. So I think our defensive line is going to be a strength. I think our front seven is going to be a strength. I think our defensive backs will figure it out. But to base your success on a touchdown being thrown to Tyreek Hill is like saying the sun came out. I mean, Tyreek Hill's gotten everybody in the league. Who hasn't Tyreek not gotten, right? That's not, and that can happen. But overall, if we look at the engagement, I would have to go with the Falcons. So, that's just my thoughts. Uncle Steve, what's up, man? I saw him in the chat. William Amy, how you doing? Dre the Boxer. But yeah, man.
Big shout out to all the fans in the chat. I'm sorry that we couldn't catch up to the chat in time before we started doing the updates, because I know the chat is live. Chat is lit about the Falcons practice. And there's a lot of people here caught in bunches here. Karina Atkins, John Person, John Tabor Rozier said, you don't need long sleeves in Vegas. Do you know the temperature in Vegas in December?
Evidently, it was hot when he went.
Let me see. People told me the temperature drops pretty bad in Vegas at night.
But they're not going to have the temperature for December now.
I mean, you can get like an average, kind of a little average set of it.
Oh, okay. You're gonna.
It ain't gonna be too bad.
Last 5 years.
I mean, it's usually the same thing my friends told me. They say it's usually around the low 60s. At night, it's going to drop to 30s, 40s.
Yeah, I'd be rocking a long sleeve if it was 30s and 40s, but that's just me.
I know weeks before that, Minnesota's going to be cold. I can tell you that.
Oh, yeah. Minnesota, oh, my goodness. Mm-hmm. That whole Lake Michigan area, Minnesota, Michigan, and Illinois.
Chicago, Wisconsin, all the way up. But yeah.
It is, because you're right off Lake Michigan, and at night it gets cold. Like, it's freezing. And in the wintertime, forget about it. You cannot put on enough clothes in Chicago. You just can't.
One thing we do have to update Falcon fans on, a sad situation today at training camp down there in Miami, joint practice. Rondale Moore was carted off today. Mm-hmm. And I'll go ahead and put this up for you all to see. During this is reported by Tori McElhaney too as well. Big shout to Tori from the Falcons. During one of the final 11s practice, Falcons second team offense was up against the Dolphins second team defense. Michael Penix threw a pass to Josh Ali, back right corner of the end zone for a touchdown. But on the other side of the field, Rondale Moore non-contact related injury, and he did have to get carted off had an air cast on too as well. Some would say injuries like that could be season ending. Terry, have we got any updates? The Falcons haven't reported anything yet.
Not
I
that
don't
I'm
believe.
aware of. If it's a soft tissue issue, they're going to have to do an MRI, and that could be tomorrow. But usually, when guys go down with non-contact injury, it's either going to be an ACL or an Achilles. Now, it could be something else, but those are probably your two highest possibilities. It's either an ACL, like Ronald Acuna did this year, going from second to third or whatever, and he stopped in the middle and it just went, or it's an Achilles. So, hopefully it's not that, right? We could be wrong. It could be just, something that's going to take a few weeks. But if you got to be carted off on a stretcher, that's never good. So we'll see.
And things change here, Falcon fans, every day. Like the other day, we're talking about what Rondale Moore could do in this wide receiver room and how he didn't get enough opportunities with Arizona and what they had going on there with their scheme. But now with Kirk Cousins, things can change. And a lot of players, we're glad to see Rondale here. I think we've reported on Rondale a few times at camp of what he's done. The touchdown catch was out there last week against him and AJ. Remember the one-on-ones that they had with Michael Penix through the dot? Rondale caught him in the end zone. It's just sad to see because this is the first injury through the Falcons camp that we've had now. It looked like it might be a serious one. But these are the things we don't want to talk about on One Time for the Fan because we look at the team like the roster is great. Jesse Bates and Grady Jarrett and Drake London and Kirk Cousins, and you have a non-contact related injury at the middle of August here. Before they get ready to go play the Dolphins, and this doesn't look like a 1 or 2 day thing. This looked like a thing where he could be out for quite some time. Hopefully he does recover. He'll get better soon. The way people are explaining it, it does look like it's a serious injury. But we'll see once the Falcons report on it. But sucks that we have to go to just straight the next man mentality. But James Washington, a Falcon fan, pointed out earlier that this is a big chance for him to step up here. It's a big chance for him to move up that depth chart. Hodge, Casey, Washington, one guy down, that's how the depth chart rolls, especially during this time of year. So James Washington, man, this is an opportunity for you. I know a couple years ago in the Pittsburgh Steelers, you put up some numbers. Josh Ali too as well. He's fighting for a position here with the 53. So whoever that next receiver in line is to come out here and make a name for themselves with the Falcons, best of luck to you. But it's just sad to see about Rondale Moore. Terry, we haven't talked about injuries at all.
Oh boy, you froze, Jack. Jack, you froze. Oh wow, StreamYard, it's doing its thing. Well, until Jack comes back with us, I'm going to try and engage with you guys. Jack, you there? Jack, you there?
Oh my gosh, StreamYard.
You're back. You're back. You froze for I
swear on everything I love, man. We're almost at 1,000.
And you're freezing again. So Uncle Steve says it can be cold in Vegas. He went there a couple of years ago, and I've never been to Vegas, but I've heard the same thing. So guys, let's talk about receivers. I think this bodes well for Casey Washington. I think it bodes well for James Washington, but I really think it bodes well for Casey Washington. I think it gives him, I would agree, Atlanta Falcons Fandemic. I think this gives Casey a big end. I already think they had plans for Ray, but either Hodge or Casey Washington or maybe James Washington. Now I think they got to be in the catbird seat. Joseph Avery says, hello, fellas. How are you guys? Can't wait to see you guys play Friday. He was a great late round pick, Andrew. I just think that this gives Casey Washington a leg up that he didn't have before. No pun intended. But again, James Washington could come on. Hodge. I when I think of him, I just think special teams. Now, to be fair, he did make some great catches for us last year, and when given the opportunity, he's been decent. I'm not going to take anything away from him, but Austin. Honestly, I think it's between James Washington and Casey. I really do. I think what this does is right
Are you serious?
I think we're back.
Yo, let me tell you something. I'm gonna find out who works at StreamYard. I'm going up there tomorrow morning, but I'm going to. I swear I cannot.
Wow. Wow. It's all right, brother. Breathe. It's all right. It's gonna work out the way it should, Jack.
Falcon fans, Apple Podcast, Spotify Podcast, for those that's listening that don't know what's going on, StreamYard is fucking with us right now.
It's okay. It's okay.
I'm gonna, just remain calm.
Yeah.
I'm a positive guy when it comes to this team.
There you go.
I feel like, us talking, so highly of the Falcons is the reason why StreamYard was like, okay, we'll let them back on.
Right.
We didn't diss nobody. We didn't mention Desmond Ridder. We didn't say get rid of. We didn't mention rid of.
Bro.
DSGB Hall's in the chat. You're right, DSGB
Gotta be
Hall.
like the Falcons. It's next man up. You know what I mean? This is the second part of the show, right? We're going to gotta be
blown.
Yeah.
100-yard penalty on StreamYard. StreamYard has been ejected from the game.
What's up, Jordan?
StreamYard has been ejected. Matter of fact, StreamYard has been disqualified from the rest of the season. They are done.
Damn.
They are done.
I can't even. Season, Jack?
I want to curse. I remember some people tell me like,
you're afraid they're gonna kick us off the air if you do.
I mean, I know how people mess around on Facebook with Zuckerberg. I don't know who this is behind StreamYard, but I can tell you one thing. You can't do that 36 minutes into the show, StreamYard. Do it at least in the first 2 minutes. Do it when it's like an hour and 47 minutes and we're wrapping up during the shout outs. Don't do it in the middle of us talking about Rondale Moore.
And it's a serious moment, StreamYard. I mean, you could do it during the comedic.
Somebody was about to shed a tear when they heard about the situation.
Exactly. We were about to put on the soft music and just give people a moment to reflect. And then here you go, StreamYard. And speaking of reflecting, I owe Jordan an apology. So Jordan, myself, and Chris actually did a podcast. Jordan is actually a great guy. He just happens to be a Saints fan and an Eagles fan. And
isn't Jordan he's a Panther fan, isn't he?
No. Jordan is a Eagles fan and a Saints fan. And it's not my job. It's not my place to tell his role, but it's an interesting story as to how he became that. But anyway, I did not recognize Jordan yesterday, and I should have, because I've done 2 podcasts with him. Matter of fact, I think I did one that day. I think I did one Monday. I had gotten off of one with him, so I felt so bad. So Jordan, apologies. Yes.
Terry, you're doing so many podcasts. You don't know who you're doing podcasts with?
Jack, it's no secret. I don't have the greatest memory, okay? And
Terry is doing like 1,000 podcasts a week.
No, sir. No, I'm not. I'm doing a few. But no, in all seriousness, Jordan, I apologize. Jordan is a friend of the show, guys. So just letting you know, he just happens to have, bad taste with one of his teams.
I understand, Jordan. I understand. But big shout out to you, man, for being here in the chat. Welcome to One Time for the Fan, man. Tell your Falcons friends. I was gonna say tell your Falcons friends. What happened?
Oh, look at Eric's response. No, look at Eric's response. Look at him. Because you know where he's going. You know where
he got 2 teams. Oh,
you know where he's going, right? You know where he's going. So you know what, Eric?
Jordan Burden.
To the punch.
Long story short, don't be mad. Don't be like me and be a fan of 2 teams.
No, it's okay, Jordan. It's okay. You know what? Because guess what? My little brother is probably going to put this out there because he loves holding shit like this over my head. So I'm going to talk about this one time and then I'm done with it, okay? And you guys can judge me if you want, but here it is. I am originally from Alabama. I was born in Montgomery, Alabama. I moved here when I was 3. I'm now 53. I am a Dogs fan for life. However, my mother and everybody on my maternal side roots for the Crimson Tide. So if, and it hasn't here lately, but if there's that's why he's laughing. If there's a situation where Georgia is out of it, right? Georgia is out of it. They have no chance to win. I don't necessarily root against Alabama. Okay, I don't. Eric calls that having two teams and tells me I need to make a decision. That's not the case. Okay, but I did put it out there, Eric. I beat you to the punch, so you can't throw it up in my face. Come on, DSGB. We're better than that. Don't do that. I'm still a dog fan at heart. Okay, look, when the dogs beat up on Alabama, I talk shit to my family all the time. I do. All right. DSCB says you got to throw a flag on me, Jack. And in this case, I think you got to do it. I think you got to throw a flag on me. I think I deserve a flag, Jack. But just this one time, you can't be bringing that shit up every time, DSGB. But I am deserving of the flag.
If you're two team, there's a lot of people out here who follow a team like another or support both teams. It's okay with me when it comes to what people do on their time, because that's their time. But your old boy Jack Spade represents one team, the Atlanta Falcons. And when it comes to college football, represent one team as well, the Georgia Bulldogs. Now,
Georgia Bulldogs. I'm just not bad. Alabama wins if we've already lost. That's what I'm saying.
The loyalty is strong for me, even when I'm playing Madden or playing a game. Like, I don't want to pick nobody else but the Falcons. And you're not picking the Falcons, too, if you're a Falcon fan. We're not doing Falcon on Falcon crime. That's not happening.
Agreed.
If you can play with a different team, that's cool. You can pick the Browns, the Eagles, the Steelers. That's cool. But when I play with the Falcons, I want to see the opponent pick a different team. The moment he goes to pick the Falcons, it's like, hey, this is my favorite team, too. All right, cool. We can't play. I'm not doing it. Makes no sense. Now, college football,
can't do it.
I'm a diehard Georgia fan, but everybody who's not even a fan of Georgia, for some reason with the online dynasties, they want to go pick Georgia. So if you're the second pick, Terry, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Okay, I want to make sure. I didn't know if you're frozen now. If you're the second pick, if you're the third pick, if you're the fourth pick in these online dynasties, your team could be TSU. If you're the third pick or the second pick in an online dynasty, chances are you're going to end up with Georgia or Ohio State, because somebody's going to pick Bama first off the map.
In college basketball?
College football, NCAA, for the new game that just dropped recently. So with the online dynasties, I mean, I'm a diehard Georgia fan, but I will not play Georgia on Georgia. But recently, I have picked other teams just to see how they operate. But it doesn't feel like Georgia. It's not the same.
Eric is asking you about college basketball, kind of like he knows something we don't. So please share it with us, because hey, don't let me find out. Do not let me find out. And you didn't don't do that.
College basketball is a different story. Who's in here repping college basketball?
Oh wow.
Who's in here repping college basketball?
Wow. Throw a flag on yourself, sir. You are the leader, and you have to set the example. Throw a flag on yourself.
I will not. I will not.
Throw a flag on yourself.
Go
Zags.
Oh my
God.
I will not go Zags.
Oh my God.
Personal. With
wow.
Jada Boxer, Carlton Bunch, Andrew's in the chat. William Amy is in the chat. Karina Atkins is in the chat. Mr. Smith in the chat. Terry, do we go after a free agent wide receiver? Hunter Renfrow, Slant King, Corey Davis? Or do you just let the roster just trying to play out these next couple days in training camp and see what you got if you're if you're a coach?
What? I'm gonna be honest with you. If we go after any free agent, I'd rather it be a pass rusher or a cornerback. Because I think we'll be okay. You know? Damn, Jack, you're freezing again. I don't know what you did to piss off StreamYard.
Start again.
You there?
You there? You good?
I'm here. You were freezing.
I just want to catch somebody from StreamYard. God, when I get this Infinity Gauntlet. No, I'm just playing.
It was Thanos. That's what it is.
You want to hit that snap and starting with the people at StreamYard.
Got the time stone. That's what it is.
When I put that damn glove over and I hit that snap next time, it starts at StreamYard.
Where's Jordan? Jordan, did you give one of your Saints buddies a time stone and they can mess with us in this chat? Is that what happened?
Damn, Saints fans hitting the lag switch on me. Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. T-Will, what are you doing about your wide receiver position? You gonna let it play out?
I'm gonna let it play out. Okay, so here's the thing. If somebody, now obviously, if a trade for Brandon Ayuk is there, hey man, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. But outside of that, I really feel like if you're going to commit those resources, you need to either do it for a pass rusher or for a cornerback that is for sure, for sure. So, yeah, it's for me. No, I think that Casey Washington looks promising. James Washington has done it. And don't sleep on Ray McCloud. He's been getting rave reviews. So again, we got Darnell Mooney. We got Big Draco over there. We got Kyle Pitts. We got Bijan. We can throw him in the slot. I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, a lot of people do forget about Kyle Pitts being a tight end, but still, he's going to be spending a lot of time in that wide receiver room. So it's going to be good to see Kyle get down the field. Even Kurt talking about Kyle, him pushing Kyle to the point of using all his speed, all his strength. Don't catch the ball right here in your chest. Catch the ball in front of you. When he talks about Kyle, he lights up. Like he knows what Kyle is made of. And he hasn't even played with Kyle yet, only for a couple weeks, a couple months. But he knows that he went back and watched film. He took Kyle in the team, the offensive group down to John Gruden's house in early spring. Like, this is good to see from your quarterback, because when the season starts, we're going to be seeing a lot of the connection between Kurt and Kyle, Kurt and Drake, Kurt and Mooney. We haven't seen that from a quarterback here since Matt Ryan.
No,
like the connection when he can go talk to the receiver and the receiver understands, like, I got you. We're cool. I got you. Mm-hmm. You can see it between him and Julio. Somebody even told me today, Terry, I'm going to say it right now. Somebody called me today and said, hey, man, it sucks to see Rondale Moore go down. With all this excitement going on with the Atlanta Falcons, season tickets being sold out, Kirk Cousins, $100 million quarterback. Mm-hmm. Would you look into bringing back Julio into your wide receiver room at this moment? Julio Jones? I said, hey, man. Don't do this to me in August.
I'm not opposed to it. Now Julio did not leave under the best of circumstances, but I think there's a little more to that story, and I wasn't there for it, and I'm not going to judge it. Mm-hmm. What I would say is Julio is a very, 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 very good coach on the field, and he doesn't have to be 2016 Julio. We got horses for that. What he can be is we need 3rd and 5 Julio. And everybody else is covered, and Julio's a big man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you can get him for a reasonable price, I'm not opposed to it.
A guy like Raheem Morris, you see what he's done with some of these players that stopped playing back in like 2020. Kevin King, Antonio Hamilton, James Washington, Eddie Goldman. I mean, he has the voice. Mm-hmm. So maybe, hey, what's up, number 11? You good? Oh, no, we got you over here, big dog. I'm just saying, me and my friend was talking earlier, but for Falcon fans, would that be cool if Julio was to come back? What would you think about
cool with it? I'm totally cool with it. I don't, because again, it's not just his on the field prowess. Julio is I'm going to say excellent coach on the field, because his route running, second to none. Okay. His ball tracking in the air. I don't know that there's been a better Falcon receiver as far as tracking and when I say tracking the ball, you're 50 yards down the field. Receivers just don't up and catch it. You got to find it. You got to still keep running. You got to understand where you are on the field. You got to know what it takes to make that catch and bring it down. And you got to do that simultaneously. There are not a lot of people that can do that.
And it's just Falcons talking amongst Falcon fans. So don't go out there, cutting video. One time for the fans, so they want Julio back. Oh my God. He clicked the thumbnail. Nah, don't do all that. Right? We had a conversation with some Falcon fans earlier. Somebody raised that. And I said, hey, let me just ask the chat tonight when I'm doing the podcast. Uncle Steve's Lounge in the chat. He said, what's going on, fellas? Section 130 now. After being kicked out of Jack and Country's premium suite they share. What?
Wow, Uncle Steve, I didn't know you were a fan out here snitching.
What?
Uncle Steve, wow.
Is this the same Uncle Steve that I watched last year on the Halo board for about a good minute and a half after the touchdown?
Wow.
Sitting in his premium area?
Wow.
Sipping on it. He was sipping good, too. He was over there showing the camera. He had the drink in his hand. Steve was like, yeah. Wow. This what money gets you. Wow. Terry, matter of fact, remember the other day we were sitting in the car? And waiting for the to go inside the Benz, and who drove by? Who drove by that fresh Falcon truck?
Nice.
Clean. I blew the horn. I'm blowing the horn right here. He driving by. He looking at me like,
hey man, Who
They're
is
in the
that
car.
guy?
They're in the car. Look
Who
at
is
them. They're in the
that
car.
Look at that. Can you
Steve
believe
driving
that?
by.
Can you believe that? What? On the
In
phone.
his truck,
Hey,
Steve driving by. Look at it. He looking down. What's up, Jack? You all right? All
is my
right. Let me
park-
go park.
is my parking spot ready? It is. Okay.
Sheesh.
Hey, have my Perrier when I get down on the sidelines. Okay.
I was blowing the horn like, yo, Steve, what's up, man? Steve drove by. He gave me a look like, I park over here with the VIPs, big dog. I tapped on the Terry like, Terry, did he see us? Did he even see us?
Ow.
I don't know, man.
No.
But hey, man, some of us are premium, and then some of us are premium.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying?
you can't do it like Uncle Steve. You know what I mean? Can't do it like Uncle Steve.
You got a lot of season ticket holders from section 130 here. The Delta
Dude,
Club is in
I
the
saw
house.
it tonight.
Big shout out to all the season ticket holders: Eric Parker's, Uncle Steve, Andrew, Miss Smith too as well. Season ticket holders, keep repping in the chat. You might be sitting next to your neighbor. You might be talking to your neighbor in the chat right now, and not know you're talking to your season ticket holder neighbor in the chat right now. Then you're gonna show up next week at the Benz and say, "Hey, you watching One Time for the Fan? How you know One Time for the Fan? Wait a minute, you what? You never know. That's why we do the season ticket holder shout out here in the chat, because a lot of people in here are season ticket holders. Michael's in the chat. He said, "Hey, great show. This is the great show until StreamYard try to chop us down, but it's okay.
Tried to shut us down. It's okay.
It's okay. It will
Hey,
be all right."
you know what else they're going to talk about when they talk about StreamYard at the Benz? You know what else they're going to talk about, Jack? They're going to be like, can you believe that Bodie cursed the entire 2 hours he was on the show and Jack threw a flag on T-Will for saying donkey hooters? Can you believe that? 'Cause I still can't believe it. I was there and I can't believe it. I don't understand.
I remember just looking up. I got a message from somebody who's like, "Who's the guy with the Michael Penix do-rag? He is just cursing." I said, "That might be Michael Penix." And I said, "No, that's Bodie 3000." Bodie came on here with a vengeance. I was like, "Bodie, we didn't do nothing to you."
Oh what, man? Bodie was on what?
Bodie came up here. Nah. Play the effing wow. Play the effing wow now. Play the F. I've been hearing that shit. Yeah. We're gonna get this up out of here. We're gonna change this whole show around. I was scared to goddamn talk for a second when Buddy was talking. You got the show.
Oh wow. Oh, Bodie chose violence.
Bodie's a real one, man. I tell you, man, A1 since day one. A lot of Falcon fans you'll meet and talk to. If you ever get a chance to talk to Bodie, he can talk Falcons with you all day. He can talk sports with you all day. But it's just great to see everybody here in the chat. Don't forget, when the chat is live and lit like this, it is hard to get to all the comments. But Dre the Boxer, DSGB Hall, Atlanta Falcons Fandemic, Jordan Burden's in the chat. Shout out to Miss Carrie too as well. 3 Dirties in the chat. He says section 313. Big shout out to the 300 section in the chat. Big shout out to 200 clubs, 100 standing room only. Hell, if you go in there and you do standing room only, just put SRO. Put SRO in the damn chat if you just do standing room only. But we want to make sure everybody here is repping the Atlanta Falcons, even that Jaguar fan who's lurking on the side. Falcon fans, we got some more updates for you when it comes to training camp. Our good friend Daniel Flick reported some stuff too as well. Terry, there was some fights today too. There's some scuffling going on out there.
Hey man, it's not training camp if there's not a fight, bro. You know?
Hey, bro. Players getting a little chippy.
It happens.
Players
man.
getting a little chippy as we bring it up here.
It happens.
So it looks like, Terry, when I'm bringing up the links, I don't know if it's because of the videos that's loading for some of these pages too as well. That might be trying to shut down StreamYard. They had some message they posted earlier before I went live about, I don't know, they're changing up their, I don't know, some nonsense, some network nonsense. I didn't even pay attention to it. But he reported, Daniel Flick, on the first play of Wednesday's joint practice, Atlanta Falcons cornerback A.J. Terrell lowered his shoulder and put the boom on somebody. Bam! First hit.
Bam.
But yes, of course, you know, the sound of pads popping lets you know that training camp and practice is back. But shortly after that, a scuffle, Terry.
A scuffle.
Physical altercation
took place
between players. Who was it? Let's find out. It seems to be either Rondale Moore. Say again?
Was it a scuffle or a skirmish?
That was a little skirmish. You know it was. It wasn't like how I saw DK Metcalf take the helmet off somebody today and whack somebody over the head.
Damn.
Yeah, and that was seen on the NFL Network cameras too as they're getting ready to go to commercial break. You see DK Metcalf in the back grab somebody's helmet off and just go full I was gonna say Myles Garrett, but I want y'all to think it's Myles Garrett from Fox 5. Myles Garrett from the Cleveland Browns. He went off, and there was another player in college too the other day that took off somebody's helmet and started beating the offensive lineman with it. So I don't know what the hell, Terry. What the hell is going on with players just taking off people's helmets and just start slapping people around, man?
I don't know, but that's a weapon, and I wonder if it's going to rise to the level of somebody being charged, because that you hit somebody with the helmet, that's a weapon. That is that's a non-football play like that. You're going with the intent to maim somebody. So I'm just curious, how they would view that. But yeah, William mentioned something about some kid in Texas being hurt. His prayers go out to that Alabama kid from Texas in the horrible position at the hospital. I don't know what he's talking about, but hey, I'm with you. I'm with you, William. So hey, prayers go out to him.
I don't know if that's the kid who the parents tried to help him out in the hospital or something like that. The doctors wouldn't work on him. I think it was an athlete or some story I could have read up on. But big shout out to that young man who's fighting any situation like that. We don't want to see people injured like this in this world. Fights, and more fights. As you can see, Daniel Flick reported one of the first. I guess physical altercation. No, I'm just playing. One of the first skirmishes today happened between a Dolphins special teams player and a Falcons special teams player. Could have been Rondo Moore or Mike Hughes, but a couple players ran over there to join the pile. It wasn't like Cam Newton beating up on Josh Norman years ago. I guarantee you that. But it was more so players just arguing. In fact, there was a video that was posted today with the Falcons at training camp, and you can hear all the curse words and everything in the background. They was using some profanity. So they were, that's how it is. You're out there, you're fighting for your job. The cameras are on. You're going out there. It's joint practice. You're with a team that you won't see again until you play them in the preseason. But Terry, this is training camp. Right? There's supposed to be a little back and forth, right? There's supposed to be people pushing and shoving and getting loud with each other, right? That is part of the game. I mean, at the end of the day, they still shake hands and walk off, but on the field, they're going at it.
Hey, man, it's hot out there. And
it is hot. It's Miami. It's hot.
Tempers get, tempers get short, and like you say, guys are going for jobs. Nobody wants to get embarrassed. You got some egos, and you've probably been hitting each other for like 5 days now. You finally see the other team. You can go full throttle. You can get after them. You can get at them. And so, some guys just don't know what to do with that angst, man. But to me, it's not a training camp until there's a fight, man. It's like peanut butter and jelly. They go together. Like blue and khaki. They just go together, That's what I think.
Yeah. Well, also looking at some of the notes today, too, as well, from Daniel Flick. Reported that he thinks he reported that Michael Cousins. Michael Penix went 7 for 13 in his drills too as well. And Kirk Cousins had went 12 for 15. But you guys saw some video, you guys saw some film. Jace McClendon got a lot of reps today too as well. Falcons defense once again showing up. That defensive line is creating a lot of pressure. And I want to see that on Friday. That's one of the things I'm looking for from Tyquan Graham. It's one of the things I'm looking for from Lorenzo Carter if he's out there for enough snaps. Even the young guys, Rook, Brilliant Trice, even Bradley and I too as well, who's on the depth chart ahead of DeAndre Malone.
Jack, hold on. The boy, William is saying the boy died. The doctor refused to give him CPR. I gotta look at the story.
I have to go look at. I think that was it. I didn't know he passed away.
I didn't know that either. But I got to look at the story. Well, hey man, condolences to his family. That is
yeah,
awful.
Man. That's sad to hear. That is sad to hear. And ESPN also reporting the DK Metcalf swings helmet at teammate's head. At least 5 fights broke out at Seahawks practice. So it happens, but no Falcon player took off nobody else's helmet and started swinging at each other, like we're in a bar fight. That wasn't happening today. A couple people yelling and screaming, pushing around, but that's what happens, when you got this.
It happens, man. It happens. You got grown men pushing each other around, and eventually somebody's not going to like it,
Yeah. Yeah. Big shout out to, of course, Michael Penix too as well. He got his house out here in the A. So now he's living in the same area with Matt Schwab. And apparently he's living on the same street as Kirk Cousins.
Now, and here's what's funny, right? Here's what's funny. So the media was all, how are they going to get along? Whatever. To me, if you buy a house on the same street as your quarterback, you get along very well. To me, there's no animosity, right? Because if I hated the guy, I don't want to be anywhere near him. I don't want to be anywhere near him. So to me, that's good. That is good for the Falcons. What that says to me is Kurt and Michael Penix are working together. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because again, if you hate the guy, you ain't gonna move in the same neighborhood, let alone the same street.
It goes back to camp at Flowery Branch. Remember, they were dorming together too, as
Yeah,
well, with Kyle Pitts. So
Mhm.
whatever's being worked on behind the scenes, the things that we don't know, the things that they won't share, I think we should feel good, Falcons fans, of what they got. With two good quarterbacks in the room, a lot of people have mentioned we do probably have the best quarterback tandem in the NFC South. Looking around the NFL, you probably have one of the best quarterback rooms in the NFL. And I was actually listening today. To Tori, who was speaking about Taylor Heineke, how he could be used as a asset going forward in the season, where if a team has a quarterback that goes down and Kurt is healthy and Penix is healthy before the trade deadline, you get off of Taylor Heineke, you ship him off, and you get something back in return. Let's just say the Jags quarterback goes through a situation, and Matt Jones go through a situation where they need backup. Let's just say somebody needs a quarterback. Well, here go the Falcons with Taylor Heineke. They're already sitting on 3. Right. So they get rid of him. He already knows a lot of systems. He's a veteran. He's experienced, and you might get something in return. So let's hope that Kirk Cousins and Michael Penix, can stay healthy going through the entire season, because that does open up an opportunity for, at the trade deadline window, there's a couple players you can ship off and get something in return. Hey, you lost the pick here. Now we can get a 4th back here. Hey, you did something here. Now we can trade a guy and get him here. Rondale Moore. We traded Desmond Ridder. We got rid of Desmond Ridder to get Rondale Moore. And now we're in a situation where Rondale Moore might be done for the season. So in that case, Arizona kind of won that trade, right? Because they still have a guy who's out there competing for a position. Of course, he's going to probably be the backup to Kyle. But it's just sad to see. But,
Did they
something
win?
has happened. Terry?
Did they though? Did they though? Did they win?
I mean, in the situation where, our guy got injured and he got injured in preseason, right?
So,
I mean,
they're talking about him not making the team.
that is true too as well. I think he threw like 36 interceptions. I think he threw like 36
A set of
interceptions.
steak knives, like what did they win? A case of Bud Light? Like, no, I don't know. Even if Rondale, let's look at it this way. And again, I do not play the game. Okay. So
Yeah.
I say this with all due respect. I have to respect the man that made it to that level.
Always. Yes.
If for nothing else than to give him a different place to play and cast him aside from the Falcons, where it was a very negative environment or had turned negative, there's no way we could lose that trade.
Mm-hmm.
Short of, I mean, we were probably going to cut him. We got someone that was silly, and I'm not going to say that. We got someone who agreed not only to take him, but to trade what could be a decent receiver, and still could be. If you bring him back next year, still could be. So, yeah, there's no way the Falcons lose that trade. I mean, for the Falcons to lose that trade, Ridder, number one, has to become a starter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Even if he's a bench player for the rest of his life, we did not lose that trade.
Mm-hmm.
So, no, I can't agree with you there, buddy. Like, no, we didn't. If Rondale Moore doesn't play for us ever, we did not lose that trade because we weren't going to keep Ridder anyway. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't keep him. After you came out and made the statement, I wouldn't be here. If we had better quarterback play, I wouldn't be here. Are you really keeping Ridder at that point?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, and I'm not saying he intentionally said that. I believe Raheem tries to be transparent. I don't think he said that in the spirit of trying to attack Ridder. That's not Raheem. That's not the way he does business. That's not it at all. But with that being said, he still said it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at that point, now you have to get rid of him. Nobody's going to have any confidence in him, right? You have to get rid of him. You did, and you got Rondale Moore back. We didn't lose that trade.
Yeah,
in my humble opinion, we didn't lose that trade.
Some fans might agree. Some fans might disagree. That's the point of having a podcast here, because we can talk about these things and everybody can just chat amongst each other in the chat. One thing we do want to mention, though, Terry, that Falcons official depth chart for the Falcons-Dolphins game this Friday released this week. It's very interesting to see that the Falcons have Troy Anderson listed as the starting inside linebacker with Caden Ellis, right? Now, I know people's been talking about Nate Landman and, what he can do with this team, what he's done in the past. But Troy Anderson, to a lot of fans, did believe that he is the true starter here. Of course, when he went down, Nate Landman stepped up pretty well in his position. But now you see that Troy Anderson is back as the starting inside linebacker. Also, Rishi Grant having that starting position over DeMarco Hellams. Mike Hughes gets his starting spot over there with AJ Terrell. How many series they're going to play, how many snaps they're going to play, we're going to see. But Terry, you did get a chance to see the depth chart. Anything surprising to you on the depth chart? I know D'Angelo Malone too as well. Matter of fact, let me get this off the screen here. D'Angelo Malone on the depth chart. I'm gonna get to that here shortly. Where is D'Angelo? D'Angelo, where
right
you at?
there behind Braden and I. You
right
there.
Right here. So you got outside linebackers Lorenzo Carter, James Smith-Williams. Bradley Anae is ahead of D'Angelo Malone, who Bradley came on during the I believe it was the rookie minicamp OTAs when he was practicing with the veterans that was out there trying out for a position. Falcons brought him on. But for him to be ahead of D'Angelo Malone, I don't want to keep D'Angelo Malone just in that special teams bubble right now. But this is the moment in these 3 preseason games, whenever D'Angelo Malone's on that field, you got to show them the Western Kentucky sack leader. You got to show them why you're just more than a special teams player. I think Arthur Smith put you in that bubble last year, and still fans see that from you. Now, you've been a decent special teams player too as well. He's a part of that punt block, I think it was, with Lorenzo Carter in LA a couple seasons ago. And then, of course, you made some tackles too as well here and there. But you never got a chance to really show the Falcon fan base who D'Angelo Malone is. So, Debo, this is your opportunity this week. I'm sure Lorenzo and James Smith won't be getting a bulk load of the snaps this first preseason game. But Bradley, Debo, Damone, Braylon Trice, these are opportunities for these guys to move up possibly in the depth chart. But Bradley and Debo, I never thought that would be a competition battle for Debo. I thought Debo was going to at least move up into that 53 easily because of the fact of, Arthur Smith's out the door and Debo's been on the team here for a while. He was drafted here by the Falcons. Now it's time to unleash him. But it seems that Bradley and I will be first in line here going this week. Terry, your thoughts on just Debo, the depth chart? What you got, man?
I'll be honest with you. It kind of reminds me. It's like the guy never really gets a shot, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to use an example. It's not a great example, but it's the only thing I can think of. And little brother, if you're out there, I'm going to need your help.
Little brother's in the chat.
There was a player, I cannot think of his name, short guy, not short, small. He played running back, but this might have been 7 or 8 years ago, maybe a little before, but every time he touched the ball, he scored. Antoine, what was his name?
To my Antoine Smith.
Yes. Mm-hmm. Every time he touched the ball, he scored, but they wouldn't play him. What up, Thomas?
Mm-hmm.
He'll
get into games randomly on plays where it's like the defense was like, you got to watch him, watch him. Then some random screen will pop off and he's going for like 60 yards.
And he scored. And every time he touched the ball, it's like 50, 60 yards.
Yeah.
And then you wouldn't see him for like 5 games. I kind of feel that way about D'Angelo because D'Angelo, he just doesn't get a chance. And maybe there's something about him we don't know. You know what I mean? Because Eric and I know we've had that conversation at least 10 times. Like, what the hell, man? What is it that we don't know about this guy, right? Mm-hmm. Is it, and I don't want to speculate, but it had to be something because literally every time you put Antoine Smith in the game, and those of you who watched the Falcons at that time, that dude was magic.
Yeah, when he came in the game, fans lit up, especially when he caught the ball. They was like, "Oh, here we go again." That's kind of like how Tevin Coleman was too, as well. A couple of his plays too, as well.
I don't know. So I mean, I don't know what it is. I don't want to speculate. I'm not there, but hopefully, like you said, hopefully he gets an opportunity this Friday, and hopefully he can take advantage of it.
Big shout out to Eric Parker too as well in the chat. He said, "You said Richie starting." Yeah, man. Richie is out there, of course, with the starters. I know fans wanted to see DeMarco Hellams get Richie out the team, trade Richie, get him out of here. We don't need him at this point. With the Saints looking at Justin Simmons down there in New Orleans, who's coming in for a visit. Falcon fans, we got to work with what we got here right now, right? I think the safeties around the league, Raheem is not really looking at. He's looking at Jesse Bates. He's looking at Richie Grant, which he spoke highly of already since he's been here. He's looking at Richie Grant. He's looking at DeMarco Hellams, those 3 guys, and maybe Michael Abernathy too as well. That seems to be a camp battle to watch for too as well. If Michael Abernathy is going to win that last safety spot, or it's going to be Dan Cruikshank, who came from the Tennessee Titans in the offseason too as well. Lucas Dennis, who's had some, I think he had some practice squad reps here in the past with us, but now he's trying to fight for his spot. But maybe this is year 4 that they're going with right here. Of course, Micah has been on the roster too as well before. D. Alford playing a nickel, man. Big shout out to D. Alford. I want to see some snaps from Antonio Hamilton this week. Smitty talked about it when he was with us the other night. Antonio Hamilton played a lot of reps with Arizona and the Giants when he's played in the past, and this is an opportunity for him to possibly sneak onto that 53 too as well. Jaden Price. Haven't heard too much about Jaden Price. I know I think he had some pass some pass breakups today against the Dolphins. Harrison Hand. Haven't heard too much about him too as well, but you know, he has some NFL experience. He's played with the Vikings before too as well. So we'll see this week these competition camp battles and how it's going to play out against the Miami Dolphins. Now, of course, the Dolphins will probably play maybe a series or 2 of their starters. And then the Falcons will probably play a series or 2 of a couple of their starters. I know there's no Kirk Cousins playing, but you have Michael Penix out there, as he should get about a quarter and a half. Then you kind of bring in Taylor Heineke for about a quarter and a half, and then you let Nathan Rourke, I think, finish out the game. But it shouldn't be too much of Bijan out there. We already know it. In his second year, we already know what Bijan can do, so I shouldn't see much of Bijan. I'm good on that. Right. Tyler, you can give him a couple snaps if he wants to get active, you know, but I really want to see Jace Avery. Let's go down to the kick return. Where is it down here? There it is. So you have punt return. You have Ray McLeod and Mike Hughes on punt return. That is something to watch for.
Yep.
That Ray, who is a special teams guy, is out there, you know, at the starting punt return position. And then Rondo Moore, who went down. We'll see who's going to take that spot when they drop another. I think they should drop another depth chart updated tomorrow before they go into the game against the Dolphins. Terry?
We can't see the kick returner on the screen yet.
Oh, you can't see the kick return? Okay, I'm sorry.
There you go.
Matter of fact, I had Eric comment up. I'm sorry. I'm over here on the other page too as well, so I apologize.
Yeah, that's all good. That's all good.
Ray, Mike Hughes. Will Mike Hughes get a lot of reps in the second, third, and fourth quarter against second, third, and fourth string defenses? I don't know. I think that would be a position I'd like to see somebody else there. But we'll see. I mean, you have your starting cornerback in the fourth quarter running back punt returns. I'm not too good about that. You know, I don't want to see a guy who knows he's not making the 53 for the Dolphins run into Mike Hughes, and now we need a cornerback too. Somebody could say, hey, that could be any player. All right, I understand, but give another guy a shot who could possibly make the special teams in that position, man. Otherwise, than using Mike Hughes, because we need Mike Hughes week 1 against the Steelers. Because Steelers wide receiver room outside of George Pickens, I believe Van Jefferson, who played for the Falcons, I believe that's their number 2. Man, come on, Falcons.
Jack, let me ask you a question.
What's up, bro?
Why do you think no one has signed Justin Simmons to this point? Is it he's holding out for a certain price? Is it you're getting a little long in the tooth? Is it something about this guy we don't know? Does he why has no one signed him?
That's a good question. Even up to this point, all 32 teams hasn't contacted you. But he is down in New Orleans as we speak right now. Yeah. Now, I know fans are talking about, I don't care. He ain't playing for the Falcons. I don't care. But he's still a decent player. You got to watch for players like that.
Yeah.
You go play them, right? I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's injury. I don't know what it is. What you got, Terry?
Well, we don't know if it's injury. We don't know if he's a Raheem Morris type of player. You all right? You good?
No, I'm good. I hit the mic. You good?
We don't know if he's a Raheem Morris kind of player. And what I mean is, and I'll use the Braves as an example. The Braves have not gotten much from their outfield this year because they've had Ronald Acuna's out. Michael Harris is just coming back. So there was a lot of talk at guys that they could get at the trade deadline. And one of them, golly, I cannot think of his name. Jesus Christ. He just got traded to the Cardinals. Anyway, he's got a reputation sometimes for being difficult. He's, done a few foolish things. I think he slapped a Braves former player, Jock. Golly, I got to do better with these names. But anyway, there's a betting league, and he slapped one of Jock, the guy with the pearls. I can't think of his name, but
Jock
anyway,
Peterson.
Jock Peterson. He slapped Jock. Okay. Anyway, I'm not going to say he's a malcontent, but he's done, he's made some comments. He's just done some things that rub people the wrong way. Thank you, Thomas. He's done some things that rub people the wrong way. And I knew that there was no way Alex Anthopoulos was going near him. Tommy Pham, that's his name. But on the field, great ball player. Great, decent ball player. Plays hard. Runs out every hit. Decent defense. Works hard. Okay, just rubs people the wrong way. And I'm not saying that that's the case with Justin Simmons, but he's been out there for a while. To your point, he's a very good player, and it could be too much money, William. That's what I'm
still ranked. They have him in the top 100 at number 57 for this season.
Yeah. So it's got to be something. I'm just wondering, because for me, you put Justin back there next to Jesse. Yeah. I almost feel like you could book the Super Bowl, sir. Maybe a little exaggerating, but
it does strengthen your defense. I'm looking right now on, this is social media, so anybody would be Justin Simmons in your building. But Aints fans right now, they're off wall to wall right now. Hey, if the Aints they got the video of Kermit the Frog. Matter of fact, I'm just gonna show you this shit. Because the Aints fans are like, oh my God, we're going to the Super Bowl if we get Justin Simmons.
I know.
So this is the type of,
George is
the type of player who can definitely improve. Yeah, but this is also a player that can improve your defense, right? I understand his injury history too as well, but over the years, Justin Simmons has been a very good player. And I know a lot of Falcon fans that were calling for Justin Simmons back during free agency in the beginning, and still to this point in August. I want him to walk out of New Orleans tomorrow without a contract. I don't care who else he signs for. Just don't go down to New Orleans right now.
Agreed.
But you can see Tracy Trace.
You said
go ahead, Terry.
No, I said Jordan. I hope you guys don't get him. But anyway, go ahead. Sorry, Jack.
You see the Saints fans. Tracy Trace talking about this. What the Saints defense could look like with Justin Simmons. You see, people they're a little bit excited down there in New Orleans. If it could possibly be Justin Simmons. That's the same way we felt when it was Kirk Cousins, right?
Yeah.
And I know with a guy like Kirk Cousins, he can go in here and change some things around. I remember social media about the contract and the injury, but now months later, y'all are ready for this season. And a lot of it has to do with Kirk Cousins. Terry, right behind you, that's the interview with Kirk right there talking about Kyle Pitts today at camp that you have on the control room right there behind you. Terry, you're supposed to be doing security right now. Somebody could have just ran right past and stole the car. You wouldn't even know what going. Terry's right there behind you.
That's okay, Jeeps. I've got Jeeps. Hey, Jeeps, everything okay? Yeah. All right. Kirk's Maybach is still in the parking lot. We're good. Don't worry about it. It's all good. It's okay. We're good.
Oh my gosh. Hey, Falcon fan, this is great talking Falcons football with everybody. Joint practice, like we said, is it's in the books, man. So Falcon fans, just be ready for this game on Friday. Terry, once again, man, I know Rondo Moore got carted off today. That's the sad news.
Recent call from an unknown caller.
Stop it, Siri. Stop
Josh.
it. Damn.
So the Western Union didn't go through, Terry? They're calling internationally now? They said he's on podcast right now. We catch him now on podcast. He's live now. Check bounce. Money no good. We call him now internationally. He answered now. He gonna answer the phone now. Fucking fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. ATLGA Faithful's in the chat. Got a chance to chop it up with ATLGA Faithful at Falcons open practice back at Buford High School. Buford, was it second year high school? In Buford a couple weeks ago. Man, Georgia Faithful, big shout out to you, man. Content creator. Know you're doing your thing over there on your channel. Falcon fans, head over there when you get a chance and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. For ATL Georgia Faithful, Uncle Steve, Country, A1, Bryce, Mark, Daniel Flick. I see Myles Garrett just started a YouTube channel too as well. So Myles Garrett trying to get them views. He finna get to 1,000 wow real soon.
Real quick, like next week.
Come on, man. Big shout out to everybody who's out here repping the Atlanta Falcons. Ricky Smith is in the chat with the one time for the fan. Big shout out to Ricky Smith. Thomas Scott is in here with the control room on lock. Big shout out to Thomas Scott from the what? Rise Up Tour Fan Club.
Tour.
Terry, let's get to it. I got a couple minutes here because I can't do the 2 hours tonight. The leagues advance in about 30 minutes to about an hour. And I already have my op hitting me up like, bro, what's up? You're undefeated. I'm trying to play. I could be the team to beat you. No, bro. No. But somebody's trying to play this league match real quick before I'm 7-0. I ain't finna get no force advance when I'm ready to play against my opponent. Ain't nobody going to force advance the league, and I'm over here like I already got the game set.
Let me be your agent. Hello? What's this guy's name? Oh, give me a dummy name. I know you can't say it.
No, his name is Red Wing 22.
Hey, Red Wing 22. Yeah. Look here, baby. Look here. Let me tell you. Okay, let me tell you something. Look here, baby. The Jack man is not gonna just, what's he getting out of it? Okay, so let me tell you something. We'll play you, but it's gonna cost you 5 cases of beers. How many Tito's do you want, Jack? How many?
I'll take 3. Matter of fact, we're on Hennessy this season.
Okay. He's gonna take 5 Hennessy's and 6 Tito's. Okay, and we won't do it for anything less. Okay.
Sheesh.
Get back to me. Thanks, baby.
Wow.
All right. He's gonna get back to me, and we'll let you know. It's okay.
Going down in a major way. Upcoming events and shout outs. This is the fun time of the show where Falcon fans get to find out what the hell is going on with One Time for the Fan. What the hell is going on with the Rise Up Tour Fan Club? I'm sure you all are probably asking about these away games and parties and all this stuff. People keep hitting me up like, Jack, what's going on in Philly? What's going on here? We got a lot of things set up, Falcon fans. Do not worry. We're going to take care of y'all this year like we've always been doing. Go ahead and pull up these upcoming events. Should take about 30 seconds here. Terry, I know you're getting ready to hit the road this season. Your first away game, looking at this team so far in the preseason. Are you getting excited? You getting close? You getting that feeling ready for that Carolina away game, Terry?
Man, I cannot wait. My wife is getting excited. She said, "You better have your ass back." No, I'm kidding. But no, I'm just...
You better not find a house in Carolina, Terry.
What time that game is? You better have your ass back here. Exactly. No.
When I ring that bell, if I say thunder and you don't say flash. Message. Well, here you go, man. What's up, Terry?
No, hey, look, I can't wait, man. I'm excited. My brother has gone up to Carolina a couple of times, so I'm gonna try and talk him into going with me. I think that'd be fun, man. It's my brother is probably the only guy that I've known my entire life that, before meeting everybody here, that loves the Falcons as much as I do. And I just think it'd be fun, man. I think it'd be fun to do that with my brother. So hopefully he'll go with me. Although he has some things going on, but maybe he can go with me and that'll just be great. And I'm going to try and get him to come with me to Tampa Bay, but he probably, I'm not going to put his business out there, but he's got some commitments. But Carolina's just for an afternoon. So I think he could do that. I don't know. We'll see. But
Carolina's a whole day adventure, my good friend.
Yeah. Well, but it's not like Tampa Bay where it's the whole weekend. You get what I'm saying?
True.
So, but yeah, we'll see, man. I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Carolina. I'm going to do my darndest to get to New Orleans, but it's just, the logistics. I don't know.
Thomas is in the chat. Thomas, do you want me to drop Vegas information in the chat on the stream right now? Tell me if you want me to hold up on it. Me and Thomas, we started the Rise Up Tour Fan Club years ago. We have a good solid communication between each other. What we do. He put the red balloon. Is that the red balloon mean like go? Is that it? I didn't watch.
Yeah, that's creepy.
Is that it? Is that it?
What's going on?
Don't post the clown emoji after the balloon.
Hey, sure.
Don't want nobody in the chat like, oh shit, I remember that balloon.
Hi there, Jackie. Hi there.
Shit, Falcon fans, hit that like, share, subscribe button. We were almost at 1,000 wow in subscribers. So Falcon fans, y'all looking for something to do? All right, let's find something to do. Let me see here. Terry, what do Falcon fans want to do? They want to party.
Rise up. I'm kidding. They want to party. They want
They want to party. All right, cool. So look, let's do this, Terry.
What they want to do.
Yeah, let's do this. Falcon fans, Georgia fans,
He did it. Thomas did it.
or Bama fans. He put the clown emoji in there.
Yes,
he put the clown, the pin, and the damn dot there, and the balloon. There it is.
He did it. He did it.
Real it status. Falcon fans, Georgia fans, college football fans from around the world. If you want to head down to Alabama to watch the Dogs beat up on Crimson Tide, I'm gonna say it again. The Dogs beat up on the Crimson Tide.
I'm rooting for my dogs, DSGB. I'm rooting for my dogs. Okay.
Are you? No, Falcon fans, hit that
oh,
like share.
Stop it.
No, I'm just playing. There's
Stop it,
diehard Georgia. There's diehard Georgia. I know
Stop
Terry. I know Terry. We joke around here on the channel, but I know Terry. But there's somebody in the chat like, damn, they're gonna have a serious argument in that private chat when they're done. I'm sure they are.
No,
nah. We're diehard.
No, we won't. No, we won't. I argue with my brother all the time, and I love him to death. So
I saw you and Eric arguing the other day, and I wanted to pull out the phone and be like, "This is going to be great content for the show right here." But I was like, you know what? That's a family argument. Let me go ahead and leave that to the side.
You know what? My brother and I have only had like one time, and I didn't meet my brother until I was in my 20s. But we've only had one time where we really got mad with each other, and ironically, we were playing football. We were playing backyard football. And my mom was there, and his mom was there, and that shit got insane. And it's just that we're both competitive, right? And it got stupid because he was like, "You didn't make that first down." I was like, "God damn it!" And it got crazy. But like other than that, we argue about the Falcons all the time. I love my brother, so it's all good. Go ahead, Jeff.
It's all good. Georgia Bulldogs fans, Alabama Crimson Tide fans, however, we're taking a bus trip down to Tuscaloosa. This is not $65 is for the bus and the tickets. You got to get your own game tickets. But we are having a bus trip down to Tuscaloosa for this game. $65 per person. You can sign up right here on the bottom of the screen at the dogsbamabus.com. There's a lot of people that's already heading down there too as well. So the bus is starting to fill up. Of course, you know, when the Rise Up Tour fan club puts their hand on something, it kind of goes global. So big shout out to everybody from the Rise Up Tour fan club. Big shout out to everybody who's going to be heading down for the game. A lot of people have their tickets. Some people don't have their tickets. They're just going to go down there and tailgate. It's about being in that atmosphere of Georgia, Alabama during let's see, week 3, week 4, I think it is.
Yeah.
So
we have a Big Low sighting, Jack.
Big Low sighting? Hey, man, big shout out to Big Low Country Sports, man. One word, Bo.
Oh, Big Low.
Big Low is in the building. Last night, Big Low talked to Falcon fans for about a good 45 minutes to an hour, and then he just dropped the link in the chat. And 2 hours later, he was still on there talking Falcons football with everybody in the chat. Then we have a celebrity here. We have Mark Cheney in the chat too as well from Bleacher Report. Big shout out to Mark Cheney.
Mark doing big things. What up, Mark?
In the chat. Thomas Scott said tailgate party committee. Big shout out to Lee Thomas, who's, of course, you guys heard that intro here at One Time for the Fan. That beat, that's Lee Thomas right there too as well. So musician, producer, tailgate party committee. Big shout out to Lee Thomas, man, for everything he got going on with his group over there doing the tailgates. But yes, if you're heading down to Georgia, Alabama, and you're looking for a flight, you're looking for a ride to get down there, we have the bus trip right here. It's a there and back thing too as well. We're not going to bring you down to Alabama and leave you there, right? Now, I know some Georgia fan might want to stay there after you whoop up on Alabama. But, hey, we got to get back to Atlanta because why? Falcons Saints, I believe, is the next day.
Yeah,
so
there, you know what?
It's a great weekend for Falcon fans, for Dog fans, for fans of college football and NFL football. $65 a person, www.dogsbamabustrip.com. So you want to head over there, sign up. You have the phone number here at the bottom of the screen, 678-383-0013. That's not my number, so don't call and say, Jack, what about the Falcons, Jack? That's not my number. So just make sure you know who you're calling before you call. Now, let's go all the way from September, right, Terry? Let's go ahead and crank it up, and let's get the Falcons out there to Carolina in October, right? Let's Rise Up Tour Fan Club, bus trip to Carolina. It's a day trip. You will leave here around 7, 8 in the morning. You get to Carolina around, I don't know, 11:30 or so. Game starts at 4:25. Tailgate for the bus members, tailgate for the Rise Up Tour fan club members. More details will be out about that too as well. You just can't walk up and say, "Hey, yo, Jack, where my plate at?" This is a private tailgate, but we still want to bring some people out and have a good time. But we're gonna have a packed bus like we always do. This is like our 5th annual bus trip to Carolina. You guys probably saw the bus trip pictures in the past. You can bring your own alcohol if you want to. You can do whatever you want how on the bus. Just make sure that you're there to go watch the Falcons beat up on the Carolina Panthers. But that is October 13th. The price is $100 per person. And the final payment deadline is September 1st. So that's less than a month away. Falcon fans, head on over to the riseuptourfanclub.com/Carolina for the bus trip. Of course, for members of the Rise Up Tour fan club, it's not $100. So check your emails, check your cheat sheets, so that way you can go ahead and pay for your discounted bus ticket. Now, Terry, we done been to Tuscaloosa, we done been to Carolina. How about we go to Tampa and go beat up on the Buccaneers for my birthday? How about that, Terry?
Birthday, brother. Scorpio season.
Scorpio season is in full effect when you're having a good time and you're watching the Falcons. Around that time, I'm sure I'm looking at 5-2, 6-1 around that time. No, I was looking at Rise Up Tour fan club bus trip to Tampa. It's an overnight trip, y'all.
Stop it, Theory. Nobody's talking to you. God, what are you on tonight?
They on your head internationally. Wait till you open up the Discord. Wait till you open up the Discord. Hope you have your Google Translate up. Rise Up Tour fan club bus trip to Tampa. You leave Saturday morning. You arrive in Tampa around 2-3. Got a nice little event for everybody to hang out after you guys check into your hotels and have a good time. Then the following day, you head to the game, and then you'll be heading back to Atlanta. But of course, we throw parties and events and have get-togethers in every city. So be expecting a lot of these things to happen over those weekends whenever we are there. But you can sign up for the riseuptourfanclub.com. Once you head up to the Rise Up Tour fan club, you can get your membership. You can sign up for the bus trips. You can sign up for the Sun and Fun Cruise 2.
There it is.
Not the first. This is the second fan club cruise. Now,
the sequel.
I know what people are going to say. No need to say it in the chat, right? We already know. Falcon fans
need not be said.
That is true. Falcon fans, if you want to be a part of the Sun and Fun Cruise after your kids graduate, you got to make sure the kids graduate before you go on vacation. May 22nd through the 26th. Sun and Fun Cruise 2. We're heading to the Bahamas, y'all. We got a little money, y'all. It's the vacation time. It's the off season. But you can head over there to the Carnival website. You can actually call Carnival in the morning if you want to. Your group ID is right there, L2SC27. The deposit for your plan that you're going to be setting up with Carnival will have to be due. You're not going to put you on the boat right there tomorrow for $10, right? But here's the cool thing, Terry. You can pay off the cruise going all the way up until next year because it's in May of 2025. Y'all seen the pictures, you've seen the videos. No need to post it in the chat about, they're doing that, and what about the other? I don't care. The Sun and Fun Cruise Part 2. That's why it's Part 2. It's not the first. It's the second one. That means we've done it before. But Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button for the Sun and Fun Cruise. The information is on there. You make sure you want to tell your people at Carnival that you want to get the dinner plans for the evening because right now we're almost double the amount of rooms that we had this year. So I'll just put, if you want to just hear it, I mean, last year we brought over 150 fans. So if y'all want to be a part of something special, you got to wait till the kids graduate school first. I would never pull my kids out of school to do that. But yes, May 22nd through the 26th, it's going down. Miami, we're leaving out of Fun Day at the Sea, Half Moon Cay, Nassau. It's going to be a great time. So Falcon fans want to be a part of that. Let's have a good time. And then it goes to Terry. Thomas said I can do it, so I have to do it. Well, I don't have to do it, but I'm going to do it. No, I'm just playing.
I feel like you're about to do the running man on those videos. Oh, no, he didn't.
Oh, my gosh.
That's what this moment feels like.
I'm trying to find it here so I can make sure I'm posting the right one. I don't want fans. Oh, here it is.
While you're searching, Ramel said he wants to smoke with your Jays.
Ramel said, what did Ramel say?
What's happening, Jack? I'm taking off on you with the
Jays. Don't let me open this door right here. No.
Yeah, man.
Want to Ramel, smoke? Man, you know I'm a heavy Jordan collector, man. I just haven't been buying up the Jays this season. But when you save money like how I save money, at the end of the year, when they do their full-time restock, when they go do their regional restock, I'm going to go away with like 10, 15 pairs. Like, it's usually the good time to do it because so many people can't buy all those shoes at once. See, when they do a drop, everybody's on the drop. When they do the regional restock at the end of the year, they're going to put out like 15, 20 shoes at once. So people don't know which shoe to get. That's when I come in there like, I already know I want that one, I want that one, I want that one. I already wanted that one. So I'm a hit at the end of the year. I got my homeboy Dez too as well, man. He's crazy. I don't know what he does, but this dude has hit on every single drop in the past year. Now he's getting ready to set up a business on it. So hey, man, it's just the way of life when you're dealing with these Jordans. But Terry, a lot of fans here in the chat are going to Vegas.
So what's up?
I'm going to repeat. A lot of fans here in the chat are going to Vegas. We've already put out our pre-sale tickets for our Rise Up Tour fan club members. So technically, I can go ahead and share this information. If you are going to Vegas, we already have damn near everything set up. Once again, the Rise Up Tour fan club, we continue to break ground. We continue to raise the bar on these events. Whoever's doing it now, we've been doing it for 7 years. Once again, I don't care who's sharing information from what group, what email. Whoever's doing it now, we've been doing this for 7 years, right? So we really put a lot into this. We have a strong team who really works with us every single day. Honestly, when we get off this call, we might have a business meeting because we do have a group of individuals who look out for us in a major way. The doors do open at 8 p.m. If you want to come by a little bit earlier, you possibly could, but it's Vegas. So that's what Vegas does. But it's going down in a major way. Party starts at 9. I know a lot of people that's going to be in there pretty early. A lot of our events do take off to where if you're not there early, you kind of get like the stories about it, later on. Like, oh my God, I got there at 10 o'clock. What the hell happened? Like, man, we've been here since 5. So, Rise Up Tour Fan Club, ATL Takeover. This is the Sunday night party. So pull up after hours, after you're done gambling and spending all your money at Circus and the MGM Grand. You want to come have a drink. Come on out, man. We're going to be over there at Sahara, man. We got a nice little spot for everybody to come out, put on your Falcons gear, have a good time. The tickets, though, you got to buy the tickets in advance. And the ticket prices are, they're going to go up eventually because it's Vegas. You're not going to walk and talk and sing in Vegas for free. But yeah, it's right here on the screen. Sunday, December 15th, VIP sections and everything is available. Matter of fact, when you hit this scan, and you go to this website, you'll probably see a brunch too as well. So that's also a part of that day too as well. So if you want to buy your brunch pass, you could. If you want to go ahead and do this party Sunday night, that's going to be great. Our tailgate Monday is going to be popping. So we'll post the information for the tailgate. We already have the location and everything set up. Everything's done for every city. We're damn near working on next year. Of course, we play San Fran and San Fran. We play Arizona and Arizona. We play New England and New England. Like, that's what the fan club does. Like, we're a fan club. We focus on fan club shit, and this is part of it. ATL Takeover. I'll be there from Thursday for anybody that's going to be in Vegas around that time. I'll be there Thursday, so y'all want to come out, have a good time. Let me know, man. I'll be out there playing golf, actually. So teeing off in Vegas, Terry. What you think about that?
I wish I could be there. Sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. Whenever I think of Vegas, for whatever reason, I think of The Hangover. All 3 movies. They were hilarious. But no, I mean, whoever is lucky enough to go, whoever is lucky enough to grace the hallowed halls of that hotel that you guys are going to be, is going to have a great time. I'm a little jealous about that one. I am a little jealous about that. Like, I think you guys are going to have a great time. So,
William Amy said them college tickets is high. Georgia, Alabama. I mean, you would have to find a way to get the tickets now. I know somebody who is an Alabama alum, so I'm trying to get the tickets to them. But they don't want to give tickets to Georgia fans like that. So don't expect to just walk up in there for no $50-$60 at no Georgia Alabama game. I think the highest ticket right now I've seen, or the cheapest ticket I've seen was like $450. I think, to get into like the nosebleeds.
Wow.
But we'll see. But I plan on being there too as well, to see my dogs win. Now, you talking about the tailgate in Vegas Monday? You talking about the party Sunday? And then, we also have our event Saturday too as well, man. We're taking the party bus down to the Hoover Dam. You know what I'm saying? Like, we have things set up for fans to have a good time, right? It's the Rise Up Tour fan club. We've been doing this, like I said, for 7 years. We're going to continue to do it. Our party in New Orleans, a lot of y'all probably been there at Razoo's, Pastor Troy, everybody performing. We have so many people pull up, and we tell everybody 6 o'clock, but by 4:30, people are calling us like they have nowhere to sit, nowhere to stand. It's too many people. That's just when you show up with a big fan base of people who just likes to have a good time. So big shout out to everybody with the Rise Up Tour fan club. But right over here, party bus to the Hoover Dam. The information is right here. The riseuptourfanclub.com/Hoover. Go party bus December 14th. That's the Saturday, right? So you have the Saturday event, you have the Sunday event, you got the brunch, you got the party Sunday night, you got the tailgate Monday. I got the Friday night event that I'm about to put out there shortly. So fan club, man, when we do things, we want to make sure people have a good time. As you notice that when we posted this, we're not talking about the casino. We know people are going to Vegas for the casino, right? We're taking you away from the casino. Go do something else other than just gamble. But if you want to gamble, that's cool. I ain't got a problem with it. But there's some people that want to do other things in Vegas. They're tourists when they go to these cities. So we're going to make sure that people enjoy it, right? So big shout out to everybody who's going to be on the road this season. Of course, we'll be back Friday morning for Breakfast with One Time for the Fan. For fans heading to Philly, yes, we have the Saturday night event going down in Philly. I will post that too as well, coming up soon. A couple other things that we're working on going for a lot of these away games. People that's in the chat that's rocked with us before, let all the first timers know what happens when they show up to these parties. It's a party atmosphere, but at the end of the day, it's a family atmosphere. You're going to meet people for the first time. You're going to talk to Falcon fans that you probably chatted with in podcasts and all this other stuff. But when they fly to different cities and drive to different cities, they just came to see their team win. But around their team winning, we have some events for fans to show up and have a good time. Once again, One Time for the Fan is from the fan for the fan. And we're going to continue to push that. Like, that's why it's One Time for the Fans. When y'all hear me talk about these events, y'all hear me talk about the fan base, that shit's coming from the heart, right? We could be talking about the Dogs. We could be talking about the Braves. We could be talking about the Hawks. Like, we can, but it's really about the Falcons when we put on this microphone, right? So for every fan that's going to be traveling with us this year, I mean, Karina just said unforgettable memories. Karina can tell you. Donald Hunter's in the chat too. Nothing like an away game. I met Donald when we first started this group back in 2017. I met Donald at the party that we threw in Cleveland. And since that day, Don's been rocking with us, man. Saw him in Tennessee too as well last year. He's probably going to be on the road for a lot of events this year too as well. But the home fans that go to the home games, we love it. Season ticket holders, PSL holders, we love it. But the fans that get their gear ready and go pack their bags and get on that flight Friday and Saturday and head to a different city, that's where we come in, right? We want to make sure the experience is, entertaining for all. So once again, thank you to everybody that's been here tonight talking Falcons football with us. Training camp, otherwise in Rondell Moore going down, seems to be looking very good for the Falcons. Heard good things about their offensive line. Heard good things about their defensive line, their secondary, Kirk Cousins. Everything seems to be 2 thumbs up right now for the Atlanta Falcons outside the Rondell Moore situation. We'll find out more tomorrow what the Falcons will do with the Rondell Moore injury. And then, of course, Friday morning, we're back talking Falcons football again for breakfast with One Time for the Fan. Don't forget about our Chef's Corner that we have coming up too as well. Oh, yeah. I'm sure you guys probably saw the Mercedes-Benz Stadium released some information about their new food items that they have at the stadium. They have the Freddy Burger. This is a big, giant, like a 4 or 5 pound burger. It's like a damn man versus food burger. But Chef Matt and his team, senior executive Chef Matt and his team whipped up some fantastic items for Falcon fans once they go into the Benz in a couple weeks. That new Molly B's lounge area is going to be up and running too as well. So tickets will be available for that. We're going to bring Chef Matt back on the podcast so he can tell you about everything that's going on because they are just always raising the bar over there at MBS. Don't matter if it's food and hospitality, don't matter if it's guest service, don't matter what they do. MBS definitely tries to take it to the next level. But senior executive chef Matt is working on something with us this season that we'll be able to present it. We tried to do it last year. Timing was real tough for Chef Matt, but I said, no, I had a good sit down with him. We talked about it, and he said, hey, man, I'm ready to do it. Anything you guys need for the podcast, he's all here for it. So big shout out to Chef Matt. Big shout out to everybody, man. Like I said, we're less than 20 subscribers away from 1,000. It goes to Terry, to Carrie, to Bodie, to every single person that has blessed this podcast. We want to give a big thank you to, because we know a thou wow is right around the corner.
Yes,
we know it's going to happen. And StreamYard can't stop us. They can't. I don't give a damn what we do. StreamYard can't stop us. Terry, we almost talked for 2 hours tonight. I'm sure I'm going to get yelled at in a couple minutes. But what is your final thoughts for tonight, man? Of course, your shout outs too as well. You can go ahead and bring out that Emmy list you were talking about the other day when you win your award. I'm sure you had a whole list of shout outs to tell here in the chat. But the floor is yours, man.
Hey, man, first and foremost, shout out to the fans of this chat. Guys, we do this for you. This is about you. Well, this is about our Falcons, but it's also about you. We appreciate you. You guys make this fun. You make it tolerable. You make the effort worth it and everything. And I'm just so appreciative for you guys. So first and foremost, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Secondly, hey, I got to thank God, because without him, I wouldn't be here. I'm appreciative. Thank him for everything. Continue to remain humble and do what I got to do. I can be reached obviously here at One Time for the Fan, also at For My ATL Sports 1 on YouTube. Please like and subscribe both. But we are under 20 subs away from reaching a thou wow. So if you could just subscribe if you haven't already, and like. Other than that, Jack, man, hey, I'm looking forward to this season. It is going to be so much fun. And I just think this Falcons team is going to be great. I think it's going to be a fun year. Could not do this without you and or my brother. So thank you both. And as long as you keep inviting me, I will continue to come back. With that being said, sir, the floor is yours.
Hey, big shout out to everybody in the chat. William Amy said, what about I'm guessing he's asking about what about the Denver Broncos game? That information will be shared soon. Don't forget, that's in like November. We're in August, so we're taking things, one step at a time. I know we get shared the Vegas information, but Vegas is one of those places you got to lock in early in the year, because everything in Vegas goes up by the day, right? So you just got to be careful of waiting too late to do anything out there too as well. I called a place yesterday looking for a location to do something, and that was not what they told me last week. But I was like, this is a week. How the hell everything just changed?
They lied.
Sun goes up, sun goes down. So just how it is. Denver Broncos, we have our trip coming up. I'll be in Denver on Wednesday, but I'm heading with another group of Falcon fans. I'm heading with the Rise Up Tour fan club. We're heading over there to Breckenridge for the ski resort. So we have a lot of people that's going to be being a part of that too as well. There's really no stopping what we can do. Right, Rise Up Tour fan club, the ideas, the creativity of everybody who works the events team, the memberships, social media, everything. Like, we really put on the best we can for the Falcon fans, because that's what we try to do. It's all for the Falcon fans, right? At the end of the day, that's what it's about. Same like One Time for the Fan. Jamal D's in the chat with the great show, fellas. Big shout out to Jamal D too as well. Jamal said, I might be at the Washington game around Christmas. We will be there. Matter of fact, if you want, bro, we have we do the host hotels too as well with the Rise Up Tour fan club. We get major discounted rates on a lot of our rooms that we're in. So if you want a nice discounted rate for your Washington room, hit me up, bro. You know what I'm saying? I send you the link. We have a member rate and a non-member rate, but we do this for the fan. I keep saying it, bro. We do this for the fan. Terry, we do this for the fans, bro.
One time,
we want people to save money out of town. Like, Jamal, if I can save you $150 on your hotel room, bro, take the code, bro. Take here, bro. Take the discount, bro. Chill. William Amy said $1,000 a ticket for the Georgia game. Are you kidding me?
A thou wow.
A thou wow?
A thou wow. And not in a good way.
Wow. I could have sworn it's not. I get on some calls. I need to get on some calls ASAP. But yeah, big shout out to Raymond Collins in the chat. Big shout out to you, my brother, man. Oh, I know you got your gift too as well. I remember that reached your location the other day. Retro G's in the chat. He said, "I'll see y'all in Vegas." Hey, if you're gonna see us in Vegas, man, let me see. Pull up. There it is, right there. We have events going on from Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. We keep Falcon fans locked, man, all season long. Jamal D said, "Much appreciated. I might stay with my sis, but I'll let you know if I want my own space." Hey, man, it's all good, my brother. We'll be glad to see you in Washington, man. I know as a diehard Atlanta Falcon fan, when we put on these events and we see people show up from, the West Coast and Texas, and oh man, we got a big fan base up north over there by where Berto is. When these people show up, like Vegas, let me say something. Those West Coast fans that's finna show up to the Vegas game, like when we was in Arizona last year, most of them ain't got Facebook. They ain't on social media. But when they show up, you're gonna be like, God damn, where y'all stay? Oregon, Montana, over here, Vegas, Nevada, Arizona, New Mexico. You'll be surprised and like, damn, all these Falcon fans live out here. Like, bro, when we went to Arizona last year, you should have seen how many Falcon fans there was, bro. It was crazy. Karina Atkins, she said Arizona. Whoo, yeah, bro. So many Falcon fans was in Arizona. I was like, wait a minute, we all flew in like this? But nah, that's just how deep the fan base is. Technically, we have over 1 million fans. Retro G said, I'm gonna get that VIP ticket. Well, then you in the VIP with me, my friend. So I guess we sipping good, man. We are sipping good. So big shout out to Retro G. Big shout out to everybody in the chat. I thank you all. I will definitely keep this posted up here for everybody to see after the show is over. We want to make sure people can take advantage of that. But I got to thank Terry. I got to thank Bodie. I got to thank Carrie. I got to thank Chase. I got to thank everybody who's been a part of Kiki, who's helped with One Time for the Fan, right? Since day one, right? So many special guests. We've had over like 40 special guests on the channel. We've had journalists. We've had Falcon fans. We've had people from the radio station. But it's just great to know that people really rock with One Time for the Fan because it's from the fan, it's for the fan, and it will continue to be that way. Big shout out to all the content creators out there too as well, because I know this ain't easy when you got to get your crew together or get the topics or get your notes and sit down for an hour and 2 hours out of your day to just talk to the Falcon fan base. The cool thing about it is most of us might not be getting paid from this, but we love this shit. Like, I love just talking Falcons football. Last night, Country had over 400 people on his channel talking Falcons football. I didn't notice that till we got off the channel, but I was like, holy shit, 400 people was up at midnight talking Falcons football? It's just a good feeling. And I can't wait till the team responds on the field with what we're talking about, with the energy that we're bringing here. Oh, shit. This dude keeps tagging me in this he mentioned me in the NCAA League next event. See, he already mentioned me. See, I want to see. I ain't lying. I mean, you put it right there. He has mentioned you in NCAA. He ready to play. He already knows it's about to get advanced. He wants to get slapped up. I'm 7-0.
Hey, we don't have the Tito's. We're not going without the Tito's, okay? We don't have it yet. All right.
7-0 with Ohio State.
7-0, buddy. With Ohio State. Understand what you're dealing with, okay? Matter of fact, add another 5 Tito's to that. That's the tax you get for taking too long, okay? Call me back. Thanks. Bye. No, really, call me back. All right, bye.
I'm just like that on the NCAA. But back to the shout-outs. Shout out to everybody who's been representing One Time for the Fan. I thank you all. Shout out to my family. Shout out to my friends. Shout out to the Falcons. Shout out to the Rise Up Tour fan club. I got some more things to go take care of. T-Will.
Yes, sir.
I'll see you Friday morning, sir, on breakfast with One Time for the Fan.
Maybe even Friday night.
Possibly it could be dinner One Time for the Fan. Hell, I'm off, so it might be breakfast, lunch, and dinner for One Time for the Fan.
Do not threaten me with a good time.
And dessert, we might go to Cheetah's. Oh, shit. I said that live.
Damn. Yeah.
Close the door.
I'm going to have to edit that out. He's kidding, Kim. He's kidding. He's just kidding. He didn't mean it. It's
Kim,
okay.
I hear it. Big shout out to Kim. Big shout out to your amazing family too as well. Once again, we will be back Friday morning. We're gonna wake y'all ass up at 9:30 in the morning. So when you see that notification, what the hell? One Time for the Fan? What the sun not even up yet?
What are they doing?
To hear West Coast fans jump into the chat and say, Jack, the sun is not up yet. How are you live?
That's beautiful, man.
Talking football. I haven't even got ready for work yet. I haven't even made breakfast yet.
Dedicated enough to get up at 6 a.m. and do it, man.
Our West Coast fan base is like, Jack, what the hell, man?
Yeah.
It's 6 o'clock in the morning over here.
What are we doing? I just went to bed at 2. What are we doing? What are we
Shit.
doing?
Well, take your ass to bed earlier than that. We wake up for one time for the fan Friday morning. Diane Day
Damn
Markham is in the chat with the rise up. Diane, hope you love that new Jesse Bates jersey you just got too as well. Big shout out to Diane, who won one of our giveaways
Oh, that's
earlier
the one.
this year.
That's the one when we were at the. Okay.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Big shout out to Diane. Big shout out to Ben too as well, her husband. Great group of Falcon fans to talk with. They know my 80 on the run story. After the game in Arizona last year, we went to a bar right there next to the hotel. We were talking Falcons football, and then Ben, Diane's husband, turned to me and said, "Chat, nobody's here. It's just me, you, and the wife. Tell me. Tell me about the 80 on the run." And I turned around, and security's looking at me. I said, "Ben, I don't know who that security guard is, but he's listening to the story too.
Intently.
So we might have to step away real quick."
Yeah.
But I told Ben right there. I said,
You told them the abridged version, or you told them the raw, unedited version?
Well, I don't know if they were paying attention to my phone. I showed them a little clip too, but they looked away real quick. I was like, I can't show you no more. I can't show you. So I showed them a clip. I showed them a little piece of the 80 on the run.
It was too dangerous.
It was too dangerous. They didn't want to do it. Plus, we just lost to the Cardinals. So I was trying to get back to my hotel.
Yeah.
Falcon fans, hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Retro G said, I just got my.
Boom.
Retro G said, I just got my ticket. I'll see you in the VIP. Bruh.
Retro.
I know Retro G ain't in this chat trying to out-fan the fan.
Yes, he did. Yes,
I don't even think I got my VIP ticket. Hey, sir.
Yes, he did.
I opened Apple Wallet. Do I even have my VIP ticket yet? Retro G, he out here out-fanning the fan.
Diane says it was the raw, unedited version. There you go, Diane. There you go.
If you heard it, you heard it.
Hey now.
Telling you, man. Mark Cheney's in the chat. We gotta get Mark Cheney back on the channel too as well. He can talk Falcons football all day.
Mark.
Just imagine doing a show with Mark, Scott. Give me another one, Terry. Who else to talk Falcons? A1.
Yeah, no. Okay, first and foremost,
Smitty. It's like a 5-hour show.
No. I love Smitty. I love A1, but Mark and Scott, because when Mark commits, brother, he commits. Okay, Mark could do a 3-hour show, and I believe Scott has the record for the longest one time for the fan show, which, if I'm correct, is 3 hours and 34 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Scott and Mark, because I'm gonna tell you something. Chris is about his business, and normally Smitty might go for 2 hours, and then he's like, "Look, I got to go. Yeah, I got to go. Maybe 2.5, but I don't know that Smitty will go 3 hours. Chris definitely has something. Chris is a moving target.
I saw 1 hour and 46 minutes here tonight, so I said, "Fuck it, I'm just gonna go 14 more minutes and just get the 2 hours." So I just extended the shout outs as long as I can. Cause I got my own pod. We can do this, Terry. We can do this.
Do it,
Bodie. We can do this, Carrie. We can do this. We can talk as long as we want to.
That's right. And 50. Oh wow.
Jordan said, "What?
I'll do a 12-hour stream on the weekend when I ain't working." Damn,
that's tough, man. I saw Kai Cenat do a damn 24-hour stream the other day. No, sir. Not me. I don't give a damn how much you pay me. I gotta go to sleep. Falcon fans, this is where you hit that like, share, and subscribe button, not only for me, but for all the other content creators in the community too as well. Thank you all for being a part of this show tonight. We're going to be back Friday morning, 9 a.m., 9:30 or so, talking Falcons football. Give you guys the last of the updates for Falcons Dolphins, see what's going on there. And then, of course, we'll have our evening show, I believe, too, as well. A lot of fans are pushing us to do a live stream. Just like the Dixon Way. Big shout out to the Dixon Way too as well, because he does his live streams of these games. But we've never done a live stream here of the game and doing the podcast same time. So we might just go ahead and do that Friday. We want to make sure y'all are here talking Falcons football with us. Terry, Carrie, Bodie, everybody here from One Time for the Fan. I thank you all. Let's continue this. Let's be great on and off the podcast. T-Will.
Yeah, let me plug Jordan's show. So his site is Ultegacy on YouTube, and it's content on multiple.
How do you spell it again?
UL Jordan, don't kill me. Tegacy, like legacy with the T in front of it. So T is in Tango, E is in Echo, G is in Golf, A is in Alpha, C is in Charlie, Y is in Yankee. Old Tegacy. I think I got that right, Jordan. If I didn't, drop it in the chat. But that's it. Yeah. So
Old Tegacy.
Old Tegacy.
Yep. I have it right here. Big shout out to Old Tegacy. Big shout out to Jordan in the chat too as well. Just subscribe to the channel. Falcon fans, no man, thank you, bro. You know, it doesn't matter if you're here talking Falcons or if you're just listening to Falcons fans talk Falcons. We're glad to have you, man. That's what it's all about. 20 Fandemic said 24-hour show. If I was to ever do that, it would be a segment to where I need people on at like certain times to keep the show going. Like I'll start 1 p.m. to like 3. It'd be cool. Terry, you jump on from like 4 to 6. Yeah. Then Bodie jump on at that time, and then Carrie, and then we go to our West Coast crew late, so that way we can try to make it around back to 1 p.m. again before we fall asleep.
I wonder, like, okay, right? I wonder. Oh, that's what's up. You got almost 90K followers on Facebook. That's what's up.
Yeah, remember you told me in the car the other day when you guys had the podcast. He does great content too as well.
He does. He really does. And let me tell you something. Jordan's a young guy. But his knowledge of the NFL, I've never seen anybody that could go back to the 50s and tell you about a player. So, I'm sold. Mm-hmm. But what I'm thinking, Jack, and maybe it's too little too late, right? Maybe it's too little too late, but maybe not. Hear me out. What if
if it's something that you know we can do as a segment or a show, I wouldn't put it on the stream right now. You might have people listening who like to take things from other people.
Right. No,
cruises. No, I'm just playing.
Damn.
It's a joke.
Damn. Wow. Wow.
It's truly a joke.
You should blow that damn whistle on yourself. Boy, that don't make no difference. All right. Anyway, what I'm thinking, Jack, is maybe we could do a 24-hour show to celebrate a Thou Wow.
Hey, Terry, that could happen in like 5 minutes. Then I got to prepare for a 24-hour show.
Okay, it doesn't have to be tonight, right? It could be within the next 2 weeks. But I'm just throwing, and again, if we could, and if it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen, right? Like we could put it off until we get to 2000. But I think you're on to something when you say 24/7, if we can get it in shifts. If we can't, then, excuse me for saying this, but fuck it.
No, it sounds good. I just know that, like I said, I'm 7-0 with Ohio State in this NCAA league, and that means I'll be 7. I'll be 8-1, 9-1, because the league advances every 24 hours.
Oh wow!
So I don't want to lose my, number 1 rank.
Oh wow!
I'm a gamer too, but I thank everybody for being a part of the show tonight. We'll come back Friday morning. We'll talk about that. Friday morning.
I'm not putting up my record for that.
I'm like, yeah, this stream sounds good. Podcast here, 24 hours. We'll probably get like 1 million subscribers. But then I'm like, I'm 7-0 on my NCAA. And if I was like 1-6, yeah, sure, this is great. But you saw Buddy just tagged me like, bro, he's trying to be the victim. He's trying to be the 8th victim.
Oh shit!
Trying to go 8-0 in a minute.
I just want you to know this is your ego talking right now.
Nah, right? Man, you know how it is. Man.
It's the id, the ego, and the super ego. Which one is the maniacal? Whichever one is the maniacal part, like I can do anything. That's who's talking to Jack right now.
You talking to Jack or Jack Spade? I don't know which one you're talking to, but we'll find out Friday morning at 9 a.m. Falcon fans, this one's for you. We thank you all. Retro G, man. We gotta get you in this group, Retro G. So go ahead and I'm gonna drop my email in the chat for Retro G. And for everybody else as well that want to know more about the Rise Up Tour fan club.
Yes, Jack. We don't want anybody to feel left out.
No, never that. It's always it's from the fan, it's for the fan, no matter what it is. And of course, when you got the Rise Up Tour fan club, is where fans become family. Right there, send me an email, Retro G. Let me go ahead and get you added into this group, man. But Falcon fans who move like that, we gotta make sure that you're with the Rise Up Tour fan club. MacTown Dirty said, "What's up?" Big shout out to MacTown Dirty.
Hey, what's up?
End of the show, but I thank you, MacTown Dirty. Even if it's 10 seconds, 30 seconds, 2 minutes, 5 minutes of you catching the show, you took the time to come think about one time for the fan. So thank you all for that right there.
He said the party don't start until he checks in.
Hey, man, that's what it looks like. Like, share, and subscribe. T-Will for my ATL Sports. Rise up.
Rise up.